All right, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Seal Pages of Verglas. My name is
Hello.
Mo, and I am one of your DMs, which the players love to hate. And accompanying me is our other DM, which our players hate to love, is Cisco.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. Super stoked that you're here.
Yep. As always, joining us are our brilliant storytellers of Joey, Lucky, Mark, Luke, Andy, and Ross. We were off last week, but we are back now, and we're going to find out a lot of things are going to transpire today, especially what's going to happen with Bruce if he or Bruce and slash Bruce, and if he's going to stay. But I think all the players are kind of being feeling a bit anxious and anticipating that. But it will be revealed today. But let's just jump into the announcement. So, are you ready, Cisco? Please take it away.
Yes, of course. All right. So, for those of you who are new to the stream and have not watched our previous episodes, you can please check us out on Twitch right after this or on our YouTube channel at Rollers of Fate D&D, where you can find all our previous episodes, including our modified version of Curse Strat, Dining in Barovia, which airs on Sunday. And you have to watch the last episode. Definitely, yep. Unfortunately, my boyfriend is dead. No spoilers, super spoiler. Also, if you want to send us some fun art, rollers of fate dnd at gmail.com. And finally, we also have a Twitter channel that is at Fate DND, where you can catch up to our up-to-date news on games and D&D related stuff. Back to you, Mo.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for being
much.
there.
Yep,
And
thanks.
thanks to our players to be playing with us tonight as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
100%. Like always, no game without them. Literally, we could just sit and do nothing, and they'll probably run the whole show. So, yep, let's try to do that. I'm just gonna walk out now. No. Well, if that's all, let's see what happens and see what mysteries shall be revealed today. So, let's put some music on and see where we go from there. All right. Oh, that's a bit low. Better. Okay. What you perceive is only a fragment of the things that are in motion in this world. Previously on the seal pages of Verglas, after the events of the first night at Paradise Mountain came to an end, Bruce and Aki made their way to the bar after their conversation with Darren Lockwood, and the rest of the party found their way too. Errol was the last to arrive as his curiosity of the other planes made him wonder what lay behind those golden gates. But as he tried to walk towards it, blinding light would cause him to return back to the double doors of the hall. Something or someone was denying him passage to the beyond, and after a slightly awkward conversation with the clerk, he joined the rest of the party. Bruce and Bruce were asked to explain their thoughts to the party of what had happened between themselves and his father. And as they gave their thoughts and suggestions throughout the night to help Bruce decide this, eventually Bruce went in search for Alfred, and when he did, he confronted him to seek the truth. But the truth had been already revealed to him. Slowly the party returned to their rooms, Yagu sharing his space with Errol as he had given his room to the drunken Feminor Scrivenback. However, before the night ended, Ziggy had one last place to visit, the Yuanti twins, Yuna and Kai. Um, Intended to do a reading for them and build distrust between the siblings, Yuna had other intentions and interests with Ziggy. Unfortunately, the advancement made by Yuna was not reciprocated by Ziggy, and this she did not like. He was immediately removed from their presence, and soon he returned back to his room knowing that what he attempted probably had failed. The next morning brought on the auction as the main hall was set with an auction podium held by a dwarven male. The party slowly began to hear and witness their results from their interactions with those that had interest in the book yesterday. Jamil Olivander was said to be removed as he attempted to demand his way or no way in the kitchen and convince the others, naming Maz, who also agreed with him. By Pondius, Lumar was ignored by Darren Lockwood as he tried to introduce himself, and thus assumed that his requests were not met. And only Kai attended the auction, as Yagu introduced himself towards Kai and his intention, but Kai had no interest to bid for anything without his sister, who was upset from last night's event. And finally, Cornelius Featherbottom searched the main hall for Ruin and immediately spots him and his party. The auction for the book began, and the interested party began to bid. Aki and Bruce attempted to convince Pontius to not bid, as they had already did what he asked, while the Candlekeep team and Cornelius slowly increased the cost by 500 increments. But it was Ruin who raised it to 5,000 gold, and all other party interested in the book were gone. As the event closed and many guests prepared to leave the mansion, you all find yourself in the main hall discussing what to tell Feminor. And that is where we will begin today. So, let me put some different music on this time. Oh, that sounds a bit too serious. Okay, let's put the number one. Alright. As you kind of see people exiting the room, the hall, the main hall, the podium being taken away, the auction items being given to whoever had bid and been given, you obviously receiving Ruin, the book, for your bid, and the gold is also immediately taken away from you as well. And as you stand around talking and discussing what you wanted to do and tell Feminor, you see the door, someone running past, a bunch of people trying to. Excuse me, please. Wait, what? Am I late? Where's all the items gone? What about the book? Oh! And he sees you all as he begins starting to approach you. He's a bit far away, so you have time for like a quick chat as he makes his way to it.
There he goes. Well, the good news is we have the book at least, but
should we lie and tell him we didn't actually spend the 5,000 gold?
he's gonna want the money back then in that case.
Well, the 10,000 was going to be gone anyway. The rest was going to us as fee for coming, so I don't think he would mind about that. I would rather know why he's so impervious to hangovers. This is impressive.
What I'm wondering too. I mean, he was out like a lights when I saw him last night.
Maybe he's just really young.
He must have had a very hard life.
Hmm.
In that case, Ruin, do you want to give him the book then, or how do you want to play this? Because it was your bid. You're the one with it.
I think we should get more money out of it, to be honest. He put us through a lot of hassle, and, well,
Money or
he wasn't much help to us.
Money or access to Candlekeep, I'll be happy with either.
Is there anything?
If you guys want, you can make an intelligence check with proficiency. Anyone who wants, please.
All right. Yeah,
Sure.
give me a second. Intelligence and proficiency. Gotcha.
Can I just ask, by the way? Isn't
Is a 12.
isn't he here while we're saying this?
He's still making his way. He's trying to push past the people.
Okay.
That's an 18 from me.
It was almost a nat 20.
Okay.
That's a 6.
All right. Mo, will you answer to that? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I hope so. Well, he definitely what Ross just mentioned is that the whatever was left, the sum will be given to you, and also you also will. He has promised you to carry favor for his departments of what he looks after in Candlekeep. Is that right, Cisco? Is that what?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is. Yeah, so it's just because some of you we haven't had a game last week, so I don't want you guys to ramble about things that your characters will remember, even if you don't. So,
Okay.
please, sorry, keep going.
All right. So Aki and Yagu, you would know of this, I guess, and you could spread the thing.
Well then, Is there anything interesting in the book? I assume it opens without the resistance.
Yeah.
Is there anything useful to be had from within the book?
You open the
Before we-
book. As you look inside, it has only one recipe. All the rest of the pages are blank.
I would like
This
to
is
cast
not worth
detect
5,000
magic on the book.
Do you want to? Sorry, Caspar.
I believe I have detect magic.
You cast detect magic.
Yes,
Nothing happens.
just a
Yeah.
regular book.
I don't
Or
think
we're
you
still
cast-
standing
Yep.
You can't cast
in
magic
the-
in here.
Well, where are we? Oh, we're still in the auctions room.
We're
Sorry.
still in the
Well,
auction room.
I will wait until we're outside.
Is this?
Well,
For
Can-
fuck's sake, man.
Oh,
What
if this
language?
is
Bruce. Actually, Harold will just say to Bruce. Bruce. Whatever you do, I just want you to know I'm sorry about the conversation last night. I may have realized it came off a bit more blunt and harsh than I meant to. Just you're a good friend, and whatever you do, we'll figure out.
I appreciate your apology. I appreciate your apology, Harold. You spoke from the heart. You just didn't quite understand where I may have been coming from. It's understandable. I'm not always the best at making myself clear, and I wasn't in the best place to explain. But everything will become cleared up shortly.
if everybody's packing up, do you have the time to find your father before he goes?
He won't leave until he has heard what I have to say.
oh, I'm here. Oh, what do you have to say? The book. Did you get the book?
What?
I'm here now.
Yeah,
That
we
was
got
a
the book.
difficult route to get past.
No, you were drunk. My friend Harold spotted you. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, you were in my room. Speaking of, how comfortable is the bed?
Quite actually. Yes, very. Yes, I did wonder. I wasn't in the same room that I was. Never mind.
What
Please.
language is the book in? Real quick.
Common.
Common.
Comment. Yeah. So, it seems like the auction has finished, and I hope you have good news for us. Did you get the book?
Ruin, like with his thumb.
Yeah, we bought the sword.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Honestly, that
Is
would have been a better deal, but that's aside the point.
There only appears to be one entry in this book. Is there?
Oh.
This being a no magic zone, is it more useful when we're not in here? Is there something about it we can't tell because we're in here?
I would have to go through the book very thoroughly to ensure that if there's any secrets that Gordino Ramsio would put in there. But please, the book. May I?
Do we get payment first?
Oh, how much did you buy it for? I hope it wasn't much.
It was pretty tough.
5,000.
5,000? Well,
Sorry, he would blurt that out. He doesn't have a relationship to money.
then the rest of the 5,000 gold is for you to share. I hope that satisfies you, and I am very grateful that you've got the book. And as mentioned before, you may ask for any books regarding the subject that I am in favor of. And if you wish, I could also perhaps introduce you to the other ones that are not so scary, if you know what I mean.
What subject are you skilled in?
Oh, folklore, as well as all things to do with the world of Toril.
Would there be anything to do with past or elder or ancient dragons in that particular area?
Of course, I could look into that if you would like me to. Definitely, now that you have acquired me this, I was very stupid to judge you two guilty in the past, but to me, you have proven we are best friends now.
Well,
I'm sorry. We're going to. Are we skipping over the part where you were in favor of us being executed?
I'm probably exiled or imprisonment, but not executed, perhaps.
I mean, to be honest, Aki, I kind of felt the same way when we first met, so it's fine. It takes two goes at you.
What?
Am I the only one that had a good meeting with you two, me and Yagu?
We met mid-combat. I suspect we looked useful. We met Maz in a dark corner. It's the only place we would ever have found him. I don't know. I
That's
don't
fair.
know why we looked guilty of. We've never seen Perriman again. I think is the point at the bottom of the well here. I don't know if he was exiled. I don't know if he was executed. I don't much like knowing that's the way you were leaning.
Well, I have a question, Master Feminor.
Yes, he just kind of ignores Aki. Yes? Pleased with the book.
Something relevant to us all as contracted employees to your
Seekers.
organization of Candlekeep.
Yes.
Of course. Now, to my understanding, we had to pick up some of your slack, shall we say, as you were indisposed. Quite understandable. I would suspect that a bonus, in addition to what was already on offer as part of the contract, would be reasonable.
A bonus?
You
Of
did
course.
take Harold's bed, and he did have to watch you.
I just mean that in the sense that it was your responsibility to be bidding on the book, but because you were indisposed, not feeling yourself,
Drunk.
we had to- Yes. So I just would it not be reasonable to expect a bonus for taking up your part of the job?
He kind of looks
I'm not
around.
an unreasonable. I'm not an unreasonable man. Just a bonus. That's all.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, but
I-
you do it.
Can I guidance him?
Guidance.
Slap him in a bag.
Oh, great.
Doesn't
cut.
work.
You
for
cast
magic
guidance,
roll.
nothing happens.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Man,
Alright,
if only you could
persuasion.
inspire him with bardic
Yeah.
inspiration.
Oh
If
well, bardic inspiration. That you can because that's not
Yeah, that
that's
works.
not magic.
But like, what can I say now? Is kind of already happening.
Well-
So
Let me roll, and let's see what we get. I get natural 20.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Give me everything.
who needs bad? Who needs bad
We would-
inspiration?
We would like all that is Candlekeep.
Well, he says this. He says this to you with that natural 20. When you say when Aki puts in drunk and all these words start coming out from everyone, he's kind of worried. Like I drink very little occasionally, but I thought
Of course.
this opportunity.
Of course.
But how much of a bonus are you talking about?
Well,
Another
my,
5K is the original 10K totaled, and what do you guys think?
well, I personally would like a scroll of scrying, please.
Can I whisper something in his ear for what I'd like?
Go ahead.
I don't think
Freedom!
no.
I want freedom from the shit stains that have imprisoned me.
Am I able to just... Do you want me to whisper that to you guys, or should I just say it out loud?
Oh yeah, it's just I don't know. Do you want it to be hidden from the players?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
then this
Could we all
message.
leave for a moment? Or
No, it's... How do you want me to do this?
Yeah, just I mean, what I will tell you, you can give your demands, but he's really going to be focusing on what Bruce is saying. So, and
Okay.
maybe whatever you also request, maybe he may be able to help you in the future. So, in this kind of vulnerable state that he is in now, and the way that he's been put to, you guys are
Yeah,
kind of surround him, and you're kind of demanding, gold from from Errol. Bruce is asking for the scroll. What do you? Everyone can ask for little things if they want to, and then perhaps when the time is right, he may be able to provide it for you. If
we require we require a covered wagon.
a wagon? Oh,
We travel in your employ, and we do so without a covered wagon. We'd like one of our own, so we needn't keep begging for one.
you beg for a Very well, I will look into that for you. And he looks at Yagu and Ziggy, and he sees Ruin flying towards him as he whispers something in his ear, which we're going to find out.
I'm gonna just say it out loud.
Just pay me off.
You could type it in the chat, no, or private
Oh,
message.
yeah.
No, just pay me off. I'm fine.
Very well.
Aki's now grabbing food as it goes by, stuffing it in his pockets. He's lost interest. He's getting a caravan.
No.
So basically, he has the same demand I do, which is just money.
Okay, and what about you, Yagu? Do you say anything?
I'd rather keep a favor for later, if you don't mind. Let's say it's a future interest.
An IOU?
Yes.
Please don't ask.
Godfather.
I want what the turtle's having.
I don't want to murder anyone. Please do not make me, because that is out of my capability.
Oh no!
What? No,
that's
no, no,
not-
no, no. This is it's not
No,
that.
no
We just
murder,
wish-
no murder.
We just wish for a working bonus. That's all. For example, I'd like a scroll scrying. I believe my friend O would like some extra money for the job. That's all.
Very well. I will get you your scroll once we return to Candlekeep. For the money, I will have to speak to the first reader and the things that you have all asked for. But yes, okay. I guess I will meet you out there. I'm going to go pack my things. May I have the book?
Actually, hold on. That's a little early for the book. Why don't we just hang on to it? Plus, we're a lot more armed and a lot better for taking care of it should anything happen to you. So,
Why would
That's
anything
true.
happen to me here?
What if one of these patrons want to rob you?
exactly.
They have a lot of bodyguards as well. We're not the only ones who are,
Speaking
Come
of,
packing.
we need to get our stuff back. I do not feel comfortable without my bow.
Yeah, and I need to get that shield back. It's not technically mine.
Very well. I will just stay with you all. Okay. And he just starts kind of
That's a better idea.
Bruce,
next to you.
Bruce puts one hand on his shoulder and shakes his hand vigorously. Says, Thank you, Master Feminor. You're a good man." Yeah, very vigorously because he's a half orc and you're a halfling. It's a genuine handshake. He's like, "Oh, good show. Thank you very much."
Okay. Yes. Well. And he just awkwardly just stands there with you guys.
Well, let's get you on the road.
I'm gonna make look out for that weapons guy. See if I could find him.
Yep.
That same
Yeah.
dude.
As you step out the hall, you see this guy. As people, he's there in his usual desk, and he's just giving stuff back to those people that also given the weapons. You, Ziggy, you see the tall, robed individual that was escorting the Yuanti twins there, and as he or they receive their thing, you see him pulling out multiple daggers and hiding them all across his their body, their legs, into even the turban which he's wearing as well, behind as well. As he kind of looks towards you, sees you, he gives you the most dirtiest glare.
I'm still disguised as someone else.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. He doesn't see you, and as he kind of turns around, and looks towards you all, kind of walks off, and there you see the Yuanti twins getting upon their kind of almost like a sailed ship, which has this kind of golden magical ambient glow to it at the bottom of it, and you see them kind of stepping up towards their ship, and you see the ship after a little while sail off away into the distance. You see the other people as well, by Pondius Lumar stepping onto what seems to be somewhat of a kind of floating carriage of some kind. He steps into it. When he steps in, you see it kind of lurch to one side from his weight, and then as he steps inside and closes it, you just see it kind of just lifting away, and eventually, for a moment, after a while, it kind of just disappears invisibly into the distance. And then, you guys are left there. There's other people that are kind of checking out as well and stuff like that. You do not see your father at the moment, or anyone there at the moment, but the checkout guy is there. The clerk.
Walk up to the checkout guy. Can I have my stuff back, please?
Me too.
Well,
Me three.
are you? Well, before you do that, I've got something for you all. Here you go. Here's a piece of paper. It's got some questions. Can you just do a little bit of how your experience was here as I go and get your things? How's that sound?
Fine, sure.
No.
And he's just gonna just start immediately doing it, like just half-assedly, just to there.
All right. And slowly, one by one, he gives you back your items. And when you check them, they're exactly the same. There's nothing being taken away or removed. You guys receive all your items as you had already put back there as well. Well, I hope you have enjoyed your visit to Paradise Mountain. There may be another event sometime soon in the future. I hope to see maybe some of you.
I'm hoping you'd at least clean our armor.
What?
I just muttered that to myself, just
No.
like looking at all the stuff.
You'll have to be careful, Ron. He has ears like a bat.
I know, he's very... he's already holding our stuff. I figured he'd at least clean it.
I know, but you have to be careful that he doesn't hear you.
Oh, do you think he's hearing us right now? He's giving us kind of a weird look.
Yes, he hears every word.
Oh,
This is a very awkward situation. You're a very awkward dude, by the way, weapon checkout guy. Just to let you know.
I've been told that before, but I really don't care.
I respect that.
That's
Doesn't change the situation.
That's why I have the job. Well, it's okay now.
Where all of these
Thank you, friend.
ships are parked? Is this just like a
it's
key out into fresh air?
Yeah, so basically there's a big front garden where there's a massive pathway, and on the side, they're pretty much all airships that kind of just parked on the side of it, and you just see them kind of shifting away and stuff like that. You see those also the celestial servants. They are around. They taking people's suitcases to the ships as well.
While we're waiting for everyone to get their stuff together, Aki's going to put whatever he was eating back in an inside pocket and take one of his reclaimed daggers, and he's going to go over to the airship that we arrived in and start carving a little sign, sigil into the side of it.
Okay.
Bruce,
All right.
Bruce, knowing you tend to do this with a lot of things, will saunter over and have a look at what you're carving. What's that?
The sign of the traveler.
Oh,
Did I tell you? He sent me one of his little beasties. He's not just a story. He sent me someone.
I mean, it makes sense. There's many things we don't understand in this world. That's from... Wait, what? A beastie?
I don't know what he was. He had a nose thing, and he talked in my head and it hurt. But he seemed nice.
He had a snout?
Let's call it a snout. That's easier.
Everyone's gonna inspect the symbol just in case it's Tiamat related. Just gonna stare at it.
Reasonable. No, it's definitely the same symbol that Aki usually has on the breast pocket of his regular jacket.
Definitely not
Yeah.
Tiamat.
He's gonna
Remarkable.
slowly turn his head back, like away, like you know how he's like this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Errol remembers the very visceral response to the suggestion that Yagu might have possibly maybe made a deal with Tiamat. I don't think he'd be so calm around this.
He also remembers being threatened and asked if he carved anything, so he finds it a little weird someone's carving something.
True. Okay. Anyone else got anything else they want to do? Because there's a. I need to see a man about a dog.
No, I think that will be it for me anyway.
You need it?
Okay. When everyone sort of gathered together, and Bruce's the last little while has been looking kind of far away, like he's miles away. So, righto. I'm going to go to my father's chamber. Do you have? I'm assuming there's something I can just write with when I'm there.
There was
Good.
ink
I
there.
don't think
Ink
ballpoint pens are a thing here. So
Before he goes, just so I don't forget, I'm just going to say, don't worry, you've got this. And bad inspiration.
okay, let me just make a note of that.
That's a
I
D8
might need
to any roll.
Yes, D8. Any roll.
D8 to any roll.
Apart from damage.
Yeah, apart
course.
from damage, because he is not a spellcaster.
I would love that if it was, but yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, took the wrong subclass.
I'll forgive you. Don't worry.
Oh, the damage is only for spellcasters, not for weapons.
Yes, because of Tasha's.
Oh, thank
because
you.
of
I
Tasha's.
didn't know that. Yeah, I thought it was for
Yeah, anything that heals or deals damage if it's a spellcaster. So the spellcasters of us, they can use that extra D8 for inspiration for extra damage or extra healing. I believe it was for like certain subclasses, but now it's just a Tasha's feature.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, if I took like College of Swords or College of Valor, I think then I could add it to physical damage.
Okay.
Right. Well, you're all welcome to accompany me. I will need at least our witness. This will be a very important legal proceeding within a noble house. Aki, I would very much like you to be my witness.
Certainly, bro. What will I witness?
Marriage.
What's going to happen?
I'm not sure yet, but it involves legal documentation. If it is to be signed, then it needs to be witnessed by both parties.
Do you intend to sign it?
I wish to try something first. Right,
Okay.
away I go. And Bruce will not. He'll square his shoulders. He'll walk a very resolved stride towards where he knows the Lockwood's chambers are.
Okay.
Aki will take off after him, but he'll throw a pastry back to Rune before he goes. One of the stolen ones from before.
So yeah, Bruce Bruce has his monocle in, his Dragon Slayer sword is on his back, along with his shield, his battle axe and hand axe at his side. Like looks like he's marching to a fight.
All right. As you two make your way towards it, Bruce did invite anyone else to come along. So does anyone else wish to go with them?
Yagu, you have a little bit more wisdom than I do at these things. Do you think it's best just to leave him be?
I think so. We shouldn't temper with his fate. It's his own.
Speaking of, Ziggy, you mess with cards, right? If I remember correctly.
I dabble.
Could you tell my fortune?
Hey, step in line. I was first.
Me.
I'm just curious, man. I've been to many worlds and I've seen many different things.
I can try it. I will say it didn't work out too well when I tried it with Yadu. So
I've been almost lured by literal mer people at one point. What can possibly go wrong?
Hey,
I don't know what could go wrong. Life.
Here's a challenge for
Go
you.
wrong.
Here's a challenge for you, Luke. I want you to draw
Yep.
one card for each of the 3 players there, and interpret that card how you wish. If we both feel, either one of us, that you interpret it well. Oh, he's got notes. Fuck.
Already.
One thing.
No, that's
Spoke
fine.
the term.
If you interpret them and what you think is going on with them and whatever how you want to put it, I'll give you an inspiration for it. Show us your tarot
Okay.
reading
I
capabilities.
will say, like,
I give you money.
these decks aren't shuffled. I have it in a specific order, so I'm just going to draw a card at random.
Okay.
Harold was just asked, so do I give you money? Is there a cost component to this, or do I just...
Who are you giving that to?
Since he asked, Errol, the first card I draw out is a wizard card. Where is it? No, it's a stars card. I know what I'm talking about.
And Harold will just look like wide-eyed pale. Repeat that, please?
It is a stars card. These usually represent the magics. And this one is the Elementalist card. And it is talking about triumph over nature, over civilization, natural disasters, bountiful harvests. Something good is coming your way. Something caused by the elements. Something you've taken control over.
Harold is just gonna be silent, still wide-eyed up, with the mention of the elements and wizards, like... I immediately regret asking.
You know what goes into your mind? He said the wizards first, and then he said no, like it was a mistake. But was it a mistake? That's what's kind of getting into your mind.
It was. By the way, it was kind of a mistake. I read the deck. I read the name of the deck, not the actual.
Yep.
Like the actual deck name.
But it fits. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Maz would definitely come out with something like
that. All right.
No, I can't get 2 mad since I asked you, so thank you for that, Ziggy. I'm just gonna shut up now.
No worries.
Go ahead, Yagu.
Or what? Sorry.
Are you putting a card for Yagu now?
If he wants to.
Well, either one of you two. You did ask as well, right?
I drew a card last time, and I'm trying to keep that secret, so I assume I'm just going to draw the same card. I'm just gonna not.
Okay. So what about Ruin? You asked for one?
I did, just kind of as a joke, but if he wants to do it, he could.
that. Maz pulls one anyway.
A nice card? I drew the healer card.
Fuck
you
off.
know? No, I literally did just pull it. I just pulled it. You see, like, I'm dropping all these cards now. What does that mean? Probably.
You hear
You're
in
gonna
your
be healed
mind.
soon.
You hear in your mind, Ziggy. If you need my help, you just need to apologize. I guess.
I'm not doing that. Not yet. I'm too proud. Actually, why should I be? Ah, well, I won't do it yet. Yeah.
Up to you.
You know, something good is going to come your way soon, Ruin. That's what healer card means.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on Ziggy? Or Maz?
Yeah, of course you can.
Go for it.
Well, your surface
What are your surface there?
Huh. I should probably learn what these cards are. I just kind of throw them and stuff happens.
Do you even know how to use those cards, Ziggy?
But I was a psychic and a medium for 3 years. I ran a shop. Do you think I'd lie to all those people back in Mirren? Those treasured friends of mine? Whose names I remember?
I'm gonna probe deep.
What is it? Yeah, what is it?
Oh, you're probing deep?
Wisdom. Yeah, wisdom saving throw, please.
Cool.
Come on.
Is it working?
Does the spell has material and somatic components?
Nope, it's with the feet.
Yeah, he's got feet. He's using the feet.
Cool.
Telepathic.
My thing isn't rolling, so I'm just going to roll a d20 and add 2.
Got you.
10.
No, you failed.
All right.
Yeah.
I tell you what happens when you sink into his deepest thoughts. Maz, meaning Cisco, what does he hear?
Get out of here, you loser! And then your spell fades away.
But you were just as bit as messed up as the other one now. Oh my god.
You haven't lost the slot. It just didn't go through. Pretty much. It's been blocked.
Are you and Bruce related?
No, I don't think so. What do you mean by that? I can make myself look like it, but no.
What else is in your head?
What else is it? Oh.
Is that the person you keep talking to? I thought you were just crazy.
Eh,
I mean, we're all crazy when you think about it.
yeah. I've just admitted it. This world's a maddening place. I've just come to accept it.
I think Aki might be the most normal out of all of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
Hey, Yagu and Errol seem okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
I feel less mad about the wizard mix-up now.
Yeah. I've already forgotten about it.
Okay. And as you guys continue to have this conversation near the Omnithopter, Bruce and Aki you may begin making your way upstairs to the familiar corridors and the door that you know that your father's room is in. And as you do, you see Alfred outside, and as he Master Bruce, Master Flamacaster, yes, your father, Master Bruce, is expecting you.
yes, thank you, Alfred. May I go in? May we go in?
Yes, and as he reaches for the door and opens it up for you and gestures you to go in, you walk into the familiar place, and there, on the opposite side near the fireplace, you see Darren Lockwood. And you also see the young boy, Toby, that you saw before, and a woman there. She stands in a kind of corset dress that kind of frails out, very dull color, kind of brownish and brown whites and blacks. She has kind of brunette hair, which is kind of wavy and long up to her kind of shoulders. Very kind of nothing strong features. Very kind of simplicity and very pretty in that sense. Gentle in her features, but when she looks at you,
Sorry, quite unlike Bruce's mother.
Indeed, but when the door opens and she looks at you, you see this kind of green eyes that take you aback. Like she's looking at you in a way that you feel of a recognition, in a sense, immediately when she looks towards you. And with Aki, she looks to you as well. I think the main feature of her is her eyes that are very beautiful and pleasant to kind of look at. And as you enter into the room, you see the fireplace.
She kind of does like a silent smile, like nice, but without saying anything.
May I incite her?
Immediately with a smile. Go ahead.
Just a smile.
It's more like you mentioned a recognition thing.
Skepticism.
There's probably nothing to it, but
Okay.
just a little. I wanted to get a bead on what her thoughts are on seeing Bruce. 19. I'm
That's
rolling
pretty
well
good.
tonight.
Okay. Well, firstly, when she kind of looks at you, it seems that maybe she has been notified about who you are, what you look like, and there is this kind of anticipation, excitement in a way to meeting
Really?
you. The smile
Yeah.
is genuine. There is no smile of kind of, oh, he's here. You know what it is? It's a very gentle and beautiful smile that she gives you. Almost, it's very welcoming from her, and she taps him, Darren on the lockwood, Darren on the shoulder, and
That's what he calls it. Aha!
and he turns around and he nods towards you, looks towards Aki, gives you a little nod as well. I hope you enjoyed the auction. I unfortunately had business to attend to, and I was only here for other matters, but let me
Yes.
let me introduce you. You've already met Toby. Toby, this is Bruce and his friend Aki Flamacaster.
Good day, Toby.
And this is my wife, Esmeralda.
Bruce there's an initial flinch at him referring to someone else as his wife, but he regains composure quite quickly. Good
Pleasure
day.
to meet you both. Hi. It's
Lady
very nice
Esmeralda,
to
I'm-
finally meet you.
Yes. I apologize. I can't say the same. I only just I found out about you yesterday.
I know. I understand. Don't worry. It's understandable.
Right.
Nice to meet you as well, Aki.
Hello.
Sort of glance at Aki to say, "This is right." Like, if this is very unusual.
I've heard a lot about you too. And she looks at Darren, kind of like with and smiles back.
Look at Darren as well. He's heard a really okay. Right. Well, may we sit?
Would you like a cup of tea or some refreshment? She asked you both.
No, thank you. I don't know if I'd have time to drink the whole thing.
All right. She just stands next to Darren, kind of like puts her hand very close, like she's almost holding his hand.
Let us sit down.
Okay, babe.
Uh,
I sit down at the table
He kind of walks.
and I pull out the scroll and I place it in front of me, and I pull the I'm assuming there's an inkwell with a quill nearby, nearer to the scroll, so it's in reach of my hand. Right. Well, Father, he's standing upright, and he's a lot different from where he was the previous night, where he was almost shrunk within himself, like he's standing. It's like he's standing his ground, essentially, before Darren Lockwood. Father, before I continue, I just want to say that I'm glad that Toby and Esmeralda are here. Toby in particular should be here for this. Aki, a gesture to Aki, is here as my witness to any agreements not to be made here at this moment.
Very well. Have you come to a decision?
Yes. And actually, I come to you with a proposition of sorts. Perhaps we can both get what we want.
He looks towards Esmeralda.
And you see that she kind of like holds his hand a little bit tighter and smile towards him and shrug her shoulders like, just listen to him. It's okay.
There's a slight tremble in Bruce's hand at this moment. That's the only giveaway that his heart is probably racing right now.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Good. I'm glad you are. Right. My proposition is as follows. But first, I need to say something. Something I've needed to say to you for a number of years, and even before I left. And above game, it's a little bit lengthy, so please bear with me.
No, go ahead. It's perfectly fine.
First of all, I want to tell you, I believe every word you said yesterday. I believe you were absolutely sincere in what you told me, in how my departure wounded you and caused you great suffering, and to put you into mourning, not just on top of the loss for my mother, for your wife, with the loss of your son, because I was lost, or you may as well have been. However, you were not there for me when I needed you most. When Mother died, you all but abandoned me in our own home. Worst of all, you murdered the first creature that I made a friendship with since Mother died. Secondly, you knew where I was for how long exactly? Since I was forced to escape that pit of corruption in Westgate? Was it earlier than that? Was it later? And yet, despite that, you never once sought me out. And this, I realize, in light of you being so aggrieved that I was gone. Furthermore, Bruce, the one you called a sickness, he is the one who has protected me when I needed it, for years. Oh, he's far from perfect. For many years I thought he was a brute, an expression of my darker impulses. He's far from perfect, true, but he's not what I once thought he was. He protected me. That's what he did. Something you did not do. Yes, I lived in your home. I was your son. I was protected from the most basic elements you could imagine, but I needed you. Not the four walls and a roof and food on a table. If that was what was most important to me, I would have stayed. Bruce is as much your son as I am. Your second son, you might say. He exists because of you. Like he said to you before, you created him. And finally, you expressed your disappointment that I gave up when I left home. Well, as of now, I have obligations to this caravan, and he gestures to Aki, and to myself, and he puts his hand in his chest. I need to find Mother's clan. For myself. But most importantly, I need to find the child who was to be my ward. Tell me something, Father. And he gestures to Toby. If Toby was taken from you by an act of base betrayal from someone you trusted, would you abandon him to his fate?
I would not.
No. And Bruce kind of brightens at that a bit. I'm glad to hear so.
Sorry, just 1 second. I'm sorry for interrupting. Toby, will you be okay to go and play with Candy for a second?
Lady Esmeralda, I apologize, no, but Toby needs to hear my actual
He's a
proposition.
little bit too young for what you're saying. I'm
No,
afraid,
it's I
Bruce.
please understand. He needs to hear this. I want him to hear it from me.
He's 6.
Does he
Yeah.
understand what being the heir to a house means?
Not really that much yet, but if you insist.
I do insist. This will take but a moment.
It is
I
fine,
apologize,
Esmeralda.
Toby.
Let him speak.
My offer. I will surrender the heirship of House Lockwood to Toby. I'm not the man to lead our house after you. I never have been. Despite all my efforts to try, I always came up short. I'm not what you need. I'm not what the house needs. Contrary to what you might think, I never stopped thinking about the welfare of our house. But please reconsider disownment. I can represent House Lockwood as a seeker in one of the most influential places in all of Faerun. Perhaps I can create links with Mother's clan. Such a thing would be a boon to the house, as well as perhaps.
I need to stop you there. I do not have the time for that, Bruce.
What do you mean you don't have time?
I do not have the time. If I told you this, what you are requesting, it is out of the question. I need
Make
you
yourself-
now.
Speak plainly, Father. I don't understand what you're asking right now.
Make an insight check with advantage. As he
Actually, can Aki walk forward? Because he's been standing a few paces behind where Bruce was. And put one hand down. Did Bruce sit down? Sorry.
Bruce is sitting down, yes.
Yeah. Aki will put one hand on his shoulder and kind of look over at Darren. How sick are you?
Bruce will sort of glance at Aki at that.
He looks towards Esmeralda.
Just listen to him.
Like I said, I do not have the time. And he looks towards Aki.
Aki will squeeze Bruce's shoulder, hearing that.
What does that reveal, or is what Aki's suggestion says that?
Inspiration.
I want to save it for something else.
You, from the DC dropped quite a lot by Aki's kind of reference to what he was saying, and from that you notice and remember his hand was shaking while he was drinking the tea earlier as he put it down as well. Aki, you would have noticed that again. But Bruce, you would have kind of, in your talk, just recall back to that little moment just a while ago of him drinking that tea and his hand shaking, which is kind of hidden under the table at the moment. I need you, Bruce, to decide either to come back now or not, as I need to arrange things, put things in motion.
How long do you have?
I do not know, and I do not wish to discuss it any further here. Kind of looks towards Toby.
Bruce glances away, remembering he's been told many times that Darren does not wish to discuss something. Well, in that sense, you're asking me to choose between you, or Nadalia, and my caravan. Am I correct?
May I say something? I know I'm a little bit not really my place. She looks at Darren.
He just kind of looks back towards Bruce. She doesn't say anything to you.
I'm looking at Bruce is looking at Esmeralda.
I mean, you should give him a little bit more time. He's here making an effort, Darren. And he doesn't really mean what he's saying, Bruce. You know your father. He's a.
Lady Esmeralda, I'm not sure that I do know my father. That's what I'm trying to find out now, and I would like to find out, but I cannot go back to the way life once was for me.
But look at what you have here. We are a loving family. We'll love you if you stay. You could come as
Esmeralda.
well, Aki, if you wanted. I mean,
Lady
Did
Esmeralda,
you-
I truly appreciate your compassion. But you are a loving family. There was very little love in the family I had when Mother passed. And I understand it came from a place of great hurt. And he looks it down, from Father.
We all
But the
deal
fact
with
does not remain he
things.
was not there when I needed him, and I
Your
need to know that
father
things would be different
suffered
in
a
some
lot
way.
as well when your mother passed away. It wasn't his fault.
I see that now, but the fact still remains that he was the parent in this relationship.
Enough, both of you. It is clear that you've made your mind. You live in the past, and you have not managed to come out of that situation. All you refer to is the past, and I'm speaking now. In this decision that you make, you would rather not come back to your family. And you talk about this bruise, this alter ego of yours that protected you. But I protected both of you, and he looks towards you, Aki, with my influence that I had gained for making you away from the shackles that you probably would have been for what you had done in Westgate. I was keeping an eye on you from your distance, giving you the freedom and the escape that you always wanted, never trying to interfere in a way, allowing you to grow. And now, watching you stumble across and making a fool of yourself, I decided that for you to come back to resolve of what you had stopped from what you've been doing. I am not the same man that I used to be. I have told you this. I was destroyed for what happened in the past. And when you left, I apologize that I could not have seen it beforehand, Bruce. But you need to stop this now. They are not your family. They are not your blood. I have created something for you to keep, to hold on to. Yes, I have a new family, but they are your family too. But remember, once you sign those papers, they will no longer be. And nor will I.
Truly think that little of me. You say I live in the past. You say you've changed. Then bloody well prove it. And accept this offer. May I roll persuasion on that, or is that not possible?
With disadvantage, but as you do that, he'll just look saddened and says, I just don't have time, Bruce. I don't have time.
Okay, disadvantage. Where are you in persuasion? Here we go. Oh my god, my heart is racing.
That's pretty
I
good.
would like to. I'm going to add my inspiration anyway because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there.
So roll again with disadvantage, and to
What,
take
the
yeah
inspiration?
yeah, but you'll take the this lower.
Bardic
Take your,
inspiration.
oh, you're adding
Alright,
the
I'll
bardic
roll-
inspiration or the
Yeah, the bardic inspiration.
Oh,
'cause
okay,
I
yeah.
rolled-
Go ahead. Yeah.
I've rolled a disadvantage, so I'm going to
Add the 10,
excuse me.
d8. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to keep the inspiration points out of this because this is quite good.
Okay.
I just want to see what goes on here with a solid 8.
Oh,
25. Okay.
25.
Let me roll on my
I
side.
still don't know what's going on here. So
Okay. He looks towards you.
Esmeralda put the hand on Darren's shoulder again, kind of like holds him close.
What are your terms? What is it that you wish?
my terms were as I stated. I will relinquish the airship to House Lockwood. I am not the man you need to lead it. I do not possess the skills, I never have, but I wish to remain a part of the house. If it would suit you, I'll even forsake my own name. I will not bear it publicly. But I do not wish to be apart from my family, from you. And I'm not coming to you empty-handed. I can represent our family. I can, for the betterment of our family. You say you've sheltered us, but I survived successfully for years without it. You know I did. And you know what I've been capable of this last year in particular. You would truly throw that away? I'm appealing to your bottom line, to your legacy. And if that's not good enough for you, well, then you haven't changed a whit.
You see Darren stand up, walk up to the fireplace, facing away to you all, and you know he's in deep thought, trying to think about what you've said, thinking about what's going on with him in his life, the situation of his family, kind of glances towards Esmeralda a little bit, and Toby turns back towards the fire.
As Darren glances at Esmeralda, Esmeralda kind of goes like nods with the head. So, are you two together? She asks kind of like discreetly to Aki, as she's kind of like on the side.
She's human, so I guess I'm looking down about 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's kind of looking up. Not that I want to intrude, but
Yes, she does.
make a nice couple.
The half orc and the dragonborn. Where are you from?
I'm not from too far away. Just north of Sword Coast, near the spine of the world.
A long way from the estate.
Yes. Life takes you sometimes to places, and you cannot decide where you find love, I guess.
You know, if Toby is head of a house at his age, not a bad idea to have a half brother, half orc, looking out for you.
I know, Toby's very fond of Bruce. He's met him only twice, but it will be an honor for us to have Bruce as well join me. She kind of awkwardly looks towards Darren's back and kind of like
Just
shrugs her
imagine
shoulders.
You can just imagine a 6-year-old looking at this 6.5 foot tall half orc with all these weapons and.
He's kind of like, oh, yeah. Like doing the shy kid kind of on the side. Looking.
Yeah, like. Bruce is still sitting down, hands on the table, looking right back Ramrod straight, looking expectantly at Darren.
You may go ahead and complete your affairs. And once you are done, we would like you to return home. Is that
fair?
Fair?
That is more than fair. That is all I had asked. Bruce will stand up, walk towards Darren, and he'll hold out his hand.
He raises his hand. Immediately as you see it, it's just shaking and coming towards yours.
I clasp it before he has time for everyone to see it, so then to steady it. I will look after your affairs as well. I can be your shield and your son. Lockwood stands firm when the monsters are at our door.
Lockwood stands firm. releases his grip.
Bruce's knees are kind of shaking right now.
Well,
I think we all need a drink. And she just goes towards the whiskey and starts pouring.
drinks are given out.
Bruce will accept a glass of wine.
He will accept a glass of anything.
Wine all along there.
Not for you, Toby. Not for you.
Oh no. To see Toby, he's like, he wants one.
Aki will throw him one of the stolen pastries as well.
Esmeralda smiles, like, awkwardly. Like, looking at the pastry, thinking, like, oh my god.
I must admit, Father, I didn't think you would listen. I'm glad I was wrong.
I want you both to stay out of trouble. I will continue to keep my eye on you. Both of you.
I will write to you.
For your safety.
Yes. Although, life of a seeker is rather dangerous.
If you do gain favor and there is some sort of profitable avenue in Candlekeep, please notify me.
Of course. I'll write to you with all of everything we do. And I'll start sending you some letters about what we've already done in the last half year or so. I'm sure some of it will be rather hard to believe.
I'm sure it will be. But I'll be happy to read it.
One last thing. I think you should... he leans in closer. I believe you should vet your security and staff fairly frequently from this point on.
What do you mean?
I mentioned the girl who's to be my ward, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was kidnapped by a cult, Tiamat. I don't know if... Well, I've made my enmity of them no secret. Rash of me, perhaps, but I also didn't think it would be tried having this meeting with you.
I will leave that down to you, Bruce. You are going into things that I do not understand. But I just hope that you do not bring that danger to us. Well, I may be able to defend myself to an extent, but he looks towards Esmeralda and Toby.
We will be okay, I'm sure. We have plenty of people that can protect us. I'm sure Bruce is gonna be good.
I don't doubt their fighting skills. It's more the subterfuge they may use against you. That's what one of their own did to us.
Oh, we can fend ourselves.
Anyway,
Do not worry. You do what you have to do, Bruce.
Write us the details of this subterfuge that you talk about, and we'll
of course,
arrange protection accordingly.
of course. Thank you. I just want to be certain that you will be all right. I'll be doing my utmost to make sure that I am the target for any of their chagrin. Take rather more than a knife in the back to put me down.
He puts a drink on the shelf, and grabs his staff. Well, we are to take leave now.
Certainly. Toby. Keep practicing your lessons. Keep up with your lessons.
Okay. Yeah, one day maybe I can be like you.
I think you want to be something other than me, my boy.
No, I don't.
And he kind of smiles, like, oh, he's funny, and kind of goes in the corner of the room.
I turn to Darren Esmeralda. Make sure he's unlike me. He will be a far better heir to the house than I would ever be. And I was quite serious. I won't publicly use the name, if that's what you wish. Been thinking about names recently. But
You will always be a Lockwood. But yes, refrain from using the Lockwood name if that is going to cause any danger to us.
It's
certainly.
for our protection only.
Yes, that would be wise. And Bruce will sort of he normally sips wine, he just kind of chugs at this because he's okay. Times of the essence now. Places it down, and I'm glad we're doing this, Father.
Me too. And you see him kind of think to the side for a moment, and then he just looks towards the rest. Could you give Bruce and I a moment, please?
Of course. Come on, Toby.
I'll look to
She
Aki
kinda
and I'll
looks
nod.
to
And,
Aki.
I'll nod to Aki and go. It's
Come on,
Okay.
let's go and show Aki your collection of dinosaurs. Come on, Toby.
I want to know what Candy is.
Oh yes, Candy is our dog. Come.
As the door opens, you see your friend and your new family leave the room, leaving you and Darren alone in there. And he says, I can send you the details of where your mother was from. I don't have it here, but once I go back home, I can write it to you and send it to Candlekeep if you wish. Unless they can provide you with the details more quickly.
they've found 5 different locations that the Elfbane clan might reside. If you know where they might be as a singular location, that would be a much better.
I can tell you where we met, or where I... A story for another time, perhaps. I never told you how we actually met, but I have been unwell for a very long time, and I have been seeking for some sort of magical way to heal myself, but I do not know what it is. An illness, a curse. But my body is failing me, Bruce. I am withering away.
Have you spoken to... So no one knows if this could be of natural causes or magical?
I've been through so many medical experts and magical uses. They are unsure of what it is. Perhaps it's something new. The world is ever changing. I even sought out this lake that was close to where your mother was, that had healing properties. But I've been told that it has been some sort corrupted or tainted.
Wait,
so I haven't.
corrupted lake?
Yes, somewhere far
Where-
to the east.
To the east? Wait a minute. One of my caravan, the turtle. He was a guardian to this place. Oh, I can't believe this. He's seeking to restore it. That's why he's traveling with us.
Well, whatever has tainted or tarnished that place, it seems like whatever healing properties that it advertised, it does not grant anymore. He may know more about the area if he had stayed there, and he may also know about where perhaps your mother's clan would be from there too.
That's where Mother's clan resided? Near there?
Perhaps. I did not head back to her clan. It was a bit. Like I said, it is a story for another time. I'll write to you and
Yes,
tell you more about it.
yes, please. Please, if you could write it down and send it to Candlekeep. I'd very much like to read it. Well, try to read it. I might need some help. Right. Well, it's a good thing that I'm employed by Candlekeep then.
Indeed. Bruce,
Don't I know to say goodbye?
there's one more thing.
What?
This other version of you.
He's not a. He's not another version of me. He's his own distinct person. I think he started to manifest around the time you put a crossbow bolt into Steel's neck. But anyway, what do you want to know?
That is it, Bruce. I do not know what it is or who it is. As it has manifested in front of us, it has said what it needed to say. It did not sound like you.
He's
Definitely
yes,
not behave like you either.
He's not me. It's not an it. Very much a him, his own person. We just share a body and a mind.
That is what I'm afraid. Do
There's
not
nothing
let
to be
it
afraid.
control you. Or, sorry, him to control you.
No, it's for a time I thought that's what it seemed like, but recently we've come to an accord, or more than an accord. And this betrayal I've alluded to, ever since then, Bruce has been rather quiet. He blames himself for what happened. He made a decision and he's been struggling to live with that. And, well, it's a pain I'm sure you're familiar with as well.
When you come
We
back
work
home,
together.
come back as Bruce.
Of course. But Bruce won't be going anywhere.
You're old enough to deal with this now, yourself. Perhaps there might be something the orcs can do to guide you, help you. Your mother always said something towards the line of them having some sort of shaman who dabbles in magic in that way.
Well, part of what Mother taught me has manifested in other ways. I'm able to tap into the battle rage she often talked about. That's usually when Bruce would come out. He's rather good at this. He's rather good at violence.
Yes, I could see the anger in his face. Definitely reminded me of your mother and I when we used to... Never mind.
I want to say something above game. I'm looking for a reason to say something in character and I can't.
It is good to have you back, my son.
It's good to have you back as well, Father.
All right. Well,
Bruce will hug him. Just goes in for it. It holds him very tight.
you see him kind of tense for a moment before he kind of relaxes a little bit and just uses one of the hands from behind just to kind of give you a little kind of tap.
He sort of steps back with his hands, both hands on his shoulders. Goes, I won't bring shame to our name. I promise you.
I know you won't. All right. I do really have to leave now. I have some
Yes.
affairs
Yes,
to
of
deal
course.
with.
Of course. Goodbye is never really our strong suit.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, father.
He looks
Bruce
at
will,
from this moment when he say goodbye. He kind of looks at you, almost taking in what you look like and just absorbing you. And then he kind of turns away, and you can see him exiting the room. Every kind of clutter of his staff hitting the ground as he kind of walks along. But this time, as he walks away, a feeling inside of you has changed. The once before, the fear or the feeling of disappointment, almost a burden lifts away from you as you feel something more towards your father. And as the door opens and he steps out and closes the door, he kind of looks towards you for a moment once again before he closes the door. And you are left alone in the room.
Right. Wait. Hold on. Aki's in that room.
Yeah, we move back to Aki with a kid kind of like examining his scales and kind of like going like on top of him. Wow, look at this dinosaur. It's super cool. When I grow up, I'm going to be like Bruce one day. And he's kind of like there. And then Esmeralda kind
You're
of
muted,
like...
Ross.
So, Aki's got a mage hand out trying to grab him by the ankle and dangle him upside down while he's got hold of one horn.
Oh, wow. Look at what I'm doing, Mom. This is awesome. Esmeralda's like looking like... kind of trying to be polite, kind of thinking, oh my god.
The door opens. Aki, Flamacasta, we are... What do I call you? I'm sorry.
Aki will do.
Well, our business has concluded now. We are to leave, so take care of
Okay.
yourself. And as you walk away, he kind of puts his staff on your shoulder, and he leans into you and he says, "Do not get into any more trouble. And please look after him."
I can promise the second part.
For that little moment, he has a slight grin, just a little chuckle, and kind of steps away from you.
Bye. Toby is like going on Esmeralda, and Esmeralda says, "It's been a blessing to meet you. Embrace your relationship."
A fairly confused look on his face. Okay. Bye, Toby. Good luck with that.
Bye, Aki.
And I guess Aki will kind of turn and go back down the corridor looking for Bruce, not quite knowing what state he's been left in after whatever our business is concluded means.
Mm-hmm. When you find him in the room he's waiting for you, he seems lighter. Like there was always an element of... I suppose you could always say always carried into an element of insecurity in general, in most things. But there's a lot more resolve there now. Well, how was Toby?
Toby's going to be an interesting lord.
Could do with a few more interesting lords, I think. What was
How did
Esmeralda's
that-
name? Oh, what? Okay, carry on.
How did that go? Alone time with Dad.
Ha! I think that went better than I could have possibly imagined. I'm stunned, actually. he always took the Lockwood words, family words, rather seriously. Applied it to all aspects of his life, and I've never seen him change his mind on anything, least of all from when I've asked him to. I think.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
Once your affairs are concluded, what does that mean?
Well, he's asked that I return home, but I have a lot of affairs to conclude. And I have said as well that I cannot be the heir that he needs. That's going to be Toby's job, not mine. I can serve better, free from the constraints of courtly life, noble life. Just not cut out for it. What? Why? Oh, listen. I'm not leaving you behind if that's not what you wish. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Thank you for referring to the caravan so often as you did.
Well, it's part of it. It's part of me now, isn't it?
I prefer to think we're all part of it, but
Well, however it's described. I don't know if I'd have the words. Still can't believe that he agreed. But yes, even when I do go home, it's not going to be as it once was. It can't be. I think he understands that now.
we may need to work on the lake a little harder.
I agree. I certainly give Yagu some more active assistance in cleansing it.
I'm sorry he's so sick.
I honestly don't know what to think about that. It's been 11 years since I saw him before now, and to just have this, just be told this. No, I don't know what to think. It doesn't seem real, I suppose. But
Esmeralda seems like a good influence, a good
yes,
person.
for what it's
Something
worth, well,
something a little off, but good.
very unlike my own mother. Very unlike her. Let's in manner and appearance. Oh my God, my mother was a ferocious individual.
Yes. Never a dull moment, Bruce.
No, of course not. What did you call us? The caravan of chaos?
Not conducive to staying out of trouble.
No, but he's going to have to put up with that. Dangerous occupation we have.
We rarely go looking for it. It tends to not like the look of us.
No, precious few things have. I don't understand. Look at this! He gestures to the faces. Who could dislike this?
You know, Esmeralda wondered if we were a couple.
What? Really?
Something odd with her. Anyway, we should
She doesn't know what bra means, that's what.
we should probably make sure this flying contraption hasn't left without us.
Oh, knowing what's happened, Ruin has probably picked a fight with every noble around, or Maz has been hoaxing people with fortunes.
I kind of hope that's true.
So do I.
Okay. I was prepared for worse. Let's get back to the others.
Oh yeah, I've prepared for the worst indeed. And we'll make our way back to the.
All right.
What you call it?
The Omnithopter. And as you do, you guys make out, you see the final people, a few airships now shifting away, and there you see the rest of your party entering onto the Omnithopter. The two of you begin to make your way. And on the distance on the other side, Bruce, you notice your father and Esmeralda and Toby hopping onto another. She waves back on another airship as they kind of step onto it. And as you two begin stepping onto the airship, you take your seats. You begin flying away into the distance, watching this place known as Paradise Mountain disappear from sight as you descend back down into the cloud, into the dull and cloudy, wet weather of Toril. Before we go into break, somewhere far away, Gray, you tear up the letter in your hand, throw it onto the floor. You step out of this alcove that you are in, this cave, this kind of area, away from Arclus, who stands there looking down towards something. This red-hooded black dragonborn at the edge of this cliffside, looking into this cave. And there, as you step up and you look down, is there, laying in the frozen lake, is a silver dragon. Eyes rolled back, and the chest ripped open and exposed. You see as these two giant hands enter into the chest, and you see the heart being pulled out by one of your companions, a minotaur. It's probably one of the largest minotaurs you've ever seen. Its horns shaved, and its mouth stitched up. And as it rips it out, the heart is almost as big as it is. And it places it onto the side. He then looks up towards you and Archelaus, as Archelaus looks down and nods.
This is it. He looks at you, Gray. You're on mute.
Oh,
We got it, Gray.
we do.
One more.
At that moment, you see, jumping on top of the heart, a tiefling woman with frizzled, matted brown hair, bluish-toned skin, and their horns unusually shaped. It's almost twisted in a kind of circular motion into the middle of her kind of forehead. Her eyes widen in excitement and craze as she kind of looks down towards the heart, kind of stomping on it for a little moment as she cackles and laughs. Look what I can do! Let's see what happens if I did this! And you see her just create this electrocution in her hand and shock the heart. As it does, you see it beat for a moment. And you see the dragon just shake for a moment. Despite it being detached from its body, somewhat still being able to live and respond with its heart. You hear a voice coming out of the entrance of the cave that you came from. Enough, fright. We must preserve and bring it to the Dragon Queen untarnished. We have many others to find yet too. There,
Oh, come now. What's a little fun?
you see this kind of hooded, red-robed figure cloak under a cloak. As he kind of looks towards you, you can only see kind of partially his bottom of his face. He's kind of light, palish skin, and he says, Do not joke around in this situation. She will not appreciate that. You are new to this, and she has favored you for some odd reason. But if it was for me, I would kill you right now.
Well, it's a good thing it's not up to you now, is it?
Well, just watch your words, Gray. Arcalos
Oh.
whispers in your ear.
Alright.
You don't want to upset. He's very powerful. Much more than me.
He looks towards the
You might
miner. Sorry, carry on.
Oh. That's fine. As long as I'm favored by Tiamat, I'm not scared of anything.
The hooded
That's the
figure.
spirit.
The hooded figure looks towards the Minotaur and he says, Ogrius, bring the heart. We leave now. You just see the Minotaur. I just start. And as you descend past this cliff's edge with Archelaus, the group of you begin exiting this cave, heading out to somewhere. But as the robe figure kind of moves to the side and kind of pushes away his kind of cloak, stepping out under him, a small little creature with 4 legs and a humanoid body, pale skin, white fur and hair, and red flaming eyes turn to look towards you, Grey. As you look at the as you look towards Nidalia, and her eyes are piercing through your soul.
Nadalia, it feels great, doesn't it?
She says nothing. And as you walk out, we will go on a break there and come back to see what happens to the rest of the party when they return back to
Yay.
Candlekeep. Please don't go
Yep.
anywhere.
A thunder strikes on the tube, on the train.
Alright, see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Yay!
See you guys.
shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back after a little break.
Hello.
Hope you enjoyed that time to relax and sit back. And now you are fully ready to keep enjoying our show. Thanks for being there. And as we are at the moment, you guys have been traveling for a few hours on this kind of rainy day. The ornithopter keeps flying through the clouds, and the weather is getting a little bit colder and colder as the winter is nearly here. And as you keep descending, you see Candlekeep in the distance, those towers peaking, breaking in this little peninsula as you start to see the sea, that the waves are quite high and the wind starts to take over. The ornithopter, he almost feels like he's gonna not make it, and the whole thing is shaking as you all start descending until you manage to land on top of one of these towers where you took off from. And the ornithopter is open, and your friend, what was the name again?
Femino.
I forgot.
Femino.
Feminon, yeah, that's the one. Feminon bids you goodbye, and for now, once you, I assume you at the moment is still holding the book. Will you guys give him the book? I'll leave more to roleplay this little bit, actually.
Yes. I will try to get to the scrying scroll as soon as I can, but please, can I have the book now?
Certainly. Give him his
One-
book.
One more
Job
second.
well done.
Yagu,
Give him the damn book.
Yagu, you wanted to do something, didn't you?
Well, let's keep it like you owe us one. Let's just leave it at that. Just in the
You-
future, just.
You owe all of us one.
Yeah, exactly. Just in
I
case of later emergency, we might use your help somehow. And
yes, exactly. He's kind of covering his. I would rather just go inside. It's raining and it's cold. Please, can I have the book? It will get ruined otherwise.
Oh, yeah, sure, and I'll just toss the book to him.
Oh, and then you see him kind of put it into his robe before it kind of sinks and disappears. Okay. Well, thank you for accompanying me. I bid you farewell for now, and we'll keep in touch. I hope to speak to you all soon.
Enjoy your
Excellent.
sandwich.
Remember
See you
Barfire
later,
Smithy.
Sorry?
Remember Barfire Smithy.
Yes. He kind of looks confused for a moment before. Yes. And then he kind of waddles up.
Good man.
All right.
Well,
And as he-
this is awkward now. Again.
Job well done.
We really got to get better at our goodbye thing. It's really kind of awkward. We did it with the weapon clerk guy. We did it with Femol.
Oh, I'm terrible
Yeah.
at it. Don't ask me.
I think we just keep talking to awkward people.
You know, I like the cut of your jib, Mass. I like the way you
Yeah.
think.
I do try. I am to please.
So,
the rain starts to pick up quite a little bit.
Let's
and you
get
are there
inside.
Open
Bar?
kind of in a terrace kind of thing.
I use an action to cause my hat to turn into somewhat of an umbrella hat.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Eh. actually,
Bruce crouches under it.
you guys mentioned there's an enchanter nearby, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. I'll be back with the rest of you guys wherever you're going.
The more we use it, the better discounts he can give us because of leftover residue, he called it.
Right. All right.
Oh.
Got it.
I'll tag along with Harold.
Right. I could really go for a good cup of tea.
Yes, I could really go for a good cup of something else, almost anything else. Bar?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I've been thinking of what I should... You told me I should think of you told Bruce about a new name. I think I have one.
Yeah. Oh,
We're
What is
walking
it?
inside, I believe. Moon Bear.
Bruce Moonbear.
Yes. Perhaps even Bruce might take it on.
That's not bad. Moonbear.
Seems...
kind of fitting. Yes.
I agree. I agree. It seems appropriate. By the way, Aki, I know he was making fun of you for your choice of name Flamicaster. Don't listen to a word he says. He has no taste.
Oh, I've not listened to anybody who told me that was a stupid name, Bruce.
There's a little, you see him twinge a little bit. Oh. Yes, he disagrees with me. Oh, well.
All right.
Okay. And
Jovi?
as you kind of separate, actually, yeah, you go, Jovi.
Well, Harold.
As you guys separate, you start descending down this spiral staircase that leads all the way down to the main open ground area of Candlekeep itself, where you see there the House of Rest in one side, and then you see as well the tavern in another, and then Errol leaves the group with Ruin and proceeds. At this point is around 6:30 in the evening, roughly, and you start making your way. So we'll do that little part first. So Errol and Ruin, you start going towards the Enchanter.
And as soon as we get in, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, hello there. I'm here to check if it's possible that something can be enchanted. Perhaps I was told that this was an enchanting spot."
I will, Mo. You have been doing the enchantments before, so if you don't mind.
He kind of turns around. Yes. Yes, we can do something about that. How can I help?
I was specifically, and he'll pull out his bow. I was specifically into this. I got this as a reward. It turns most things into acid. I was wondering if it's possible to get any more information and/or anything can be done with this. And he'll just lay the bow right before him.
It turns things into. What bow are you doing?
The dragon wing longbow.
Ah, the dragon wing longbow. Okay.
It's acid tuned, but I was just going to ask him if it's possible to do anything with it, or if it's already been.
This is well-crafted bow infused with dragon elemental. It is quite unique.
I got that as a reward for a job. I was told the very basics was just something about a dragon breathing into it. I didn't get much else than that. I was just wondering.
Well, that might be a lie. This has actually have pieces of dragon within it as well. It could be a bit of both. I'm not going to ask where you received this from, but...
I mean, I don't mind it. I got it from a devil I did work for.
A devil? Oh, you should be careful in doing deals with the devil. They always read the fine prints, I would say.
It was a word-of-mouth kind of deal, but... Anyway, I just wanted to know more about this bow and if anything can be done with it. It's been very helpful, and I would hope to keep it for the long term.
Well, have you only been using, out of character, have you only been using acid because you only think that you can only use that? Or is it that...
Yeah. Yep. Like, as far as the Herald's knowledge, it was just acid, and he figures, oh, what else can be done with this bow? He doesn't necessarily know, like, if the devil was telling him the truth, that, hey, this happens to shoot acid, thank you for your help, or anything like that, or if it's something that's even more malicious. I guess what he's looking for is a possible change and or addition to it, if that's possible to do.
Okay, before I get... What was that weapon called? Dragon what, Possible?
Dragon wing longbow.
Longbows, I see. I don't know
It's
why.
from Fizzban's, the official material.
Yeah.
Errol, did you actually make a deal with a devil for that bow?
I wouldn't say it was for the bow. I originally wanted something else, which he gave me that. The bow was a bonus.
Why would you ever make a deal with someone like that?
There was someone, or rather a group of people I was looking for. It gave me a credible lead, and on top of that, all I had to do was just find somebody who owed him some soul coins, their form of currency, and bring him to him, and that was the end of it. There was no written contracts or anything, really. It was just, hey, you happen to be good at finding things, find this guy, and you will get your information. The bow was just a bonus. I never saw him again after that.
But you didn't actually kill any dragons to make the bow, did you?
Would
Yourself?
I be standing here if I fought a dragon by myself?
No, you are pretty weak.
So you get my point then. The point is, I got this as a reward, and I've been using it because it's come in handy, but the truth is, I don't know a lot about this thing, and considering how much we've been running into Tiamat, it would be good to know that this thing isn't going to be a curse.
I was just worried. You should never make deals with evil.
That's a fair
It's never
point.
good. You should look into probably enchanting your armor as well while you're here. I'm about to do the same, actually.
Yeah, I was going to see if anything can be done with that, if nothing can be done with it. And I figured since we made a little bit of extra money, maybe that might nudge in the right direction.
Well, he brings it back to you. Currently, it is attuned to an acid infusion of an acid dragon. However, this can be changed if another dragon chooses. I'm not too sure where you will get another dragon from. Breathes on it.
Actually, I was going to ask. So, if there's nothing that you can do about it, I know that one of my friends mentioned a dragon down below. Do you know anything about him?
Oh, you mean the name eludes me. Mirin? Is that right?
I
Mirin?
believe so.
Yeah.
Well,
Miriam.
That is correct. That's the one. Miriam. Yes. Thank you, DM God. Tim. Miriam. It is a possibility. She is some sort of in a translucent ethereal state, in a sense. I'm not too sure. Perhaps you could try, but I'm not too sure how you will manage to get inside without permission to do so. I cannot provide you with that permission. You may have to seek a great reader of some sort, or the first reader.
That's a good point. Thank you for that. So Mirren, just to make sure I get the name down.
Yes, but the string, but the string of this bow, I could enchant it to allow you to maybe it be a bit more sturdy and stronger when you shoot out the magic bow. However, it will be quite pricey to imbue that to the already magical weapon. I would say to increase it by onefold, it would be costing about 15,000 gold.
You mean 1,500?
No, I
No,
think
1,000.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
It is only majority of that is the cost of the material needed to enchant this bow to increase its accuracy and strength.
Okay, but the bow's that valuable?
Of course. Any weapon which is imbued by dragon breath, or it has some sort of elemental dragon property to it, or any weapon of some sort will definitely be of that cost, yes.
Is it?
What were you gonna say, Alec? Sorry.
Is there anything else you could possibly offer for the bow to upgrade it? Maybe you need some job done?
Not at the moment, but if you are offering, I will look into if something comes by out of a certain material that we seek. Most of the material that we use tend to be quite dangerous to find, or that's why we hire out seekers such as yourself. But if you're interested, please, yeah, I'm definitely will look into things that we may need and offer you the job in return for either a discounted price, or even if we can get something even more dangerous, then do it for you for free. Yes.
So Harold is just gonna cautiously take his bow back like he's handling a bomb because he never realized how good this thing is, and he'll be like, "Oh, instead of that, just if we could just enchant our armor, that would be good, and we'd love to look for some work over here if you would possibly look into it."
No worries. If you are seekers, who are you associated with? Do you have an
We
abode
are
or?
part of the Caravan of Chaos.
I've not heard of that, but I will write it down and inquire about it. Caravan of Chaos. Very well.
The
Okay.
Cox, in case you need a shorter version of it.
The Cox. Okay. Thank you.
Fucking hell.
And in the meantime, though, I'm wearing some studded leather armor. Any part of that can be enchanted to be better. That would be a little bit more reasonable, I assume, than enchanting a magical weapon.
And mine too.
Leather armor upgrades. God, I gotta Google this. I can't remember. Have we ever upgraded anyone's armor before? I can't even remember.
What's the
No.
cost of making it +1 studded
Yeah,
leather armor?
that's
I
what-
don't think we have. I can help you as well if you want.
Please.
I think Lucky was curious about it, but it never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If as DM's above game, if that's too much trouble, then Harold will offer arrows instead to be possibly enchanted or upgraded and imbued indifferently in case if that's too much trouble to look up for Google.
So it's a rare. It's armor +1 rare. So any +1 to additional will cost +1 would cost 5,000 gold.
5,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any way I could we are seekers after all, and is there any way I could pay part now and give you more later? I have 1,200, almost 1,300 gold on me right now.
1,300 gold. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Would I be able to enchant some arrows then? Just to have the arrows in different elements, like fire arrow or anything like that. Just some arrow
Yeah.
instead.
I don't
Okay,
think that's gonna
not
be.
bad.
Ooh.
21.
20, 12, 20. 21.
Well, you-
Disadvantage. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. He says, I'll roll against that to see. Where are we? At least 2/3 of the money. That would be suffice. If you can conjure that much up, then I will. Then you can pay me because it will cost the material cost. The rest of the money is obviously the payment that we charge for it. But without the money, unfortunately, we lose in material that we could be using to enchant other things.
I understand.
But the offer stands. It doesn't mean it will go away. If you need to accumulate the money and need it done, 2/3, and I am happy to do that for you. To enchant it for you.
2/3 of 5,000, so that's
2/3
about
of
2,700.
No.
2/3 of 5,000, right?
Yeah.
It's there or thereabouts.
Thereabouts.
2,700.
Why did I make it difficult? Make me 3/4? I don't know.
About 3,333 gold. About
Yeah, just say 3,300.
33. Yep. And I'll just say, if I just give you like 5 or 10 arrows, can you change their elements at least, or would that still be?
I'm thinking what to, because I don't think it actually. Do we have enchanting arrows, and how much that costs?
Yeah, let me just have a look quickly as well.
I think it's like 10 to 15 gold, but I don't know if that's
Per arrow, because that's
That
fine with
seems
me
a bit
also.
cheap to me.
because a potion costs 50 gold.
Yeah.
And one arrow which is consumed
Mhm.
with a potential d6 damage to that arrow for whatever elemental it is.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'm just googling, checking, seeing prices.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. I think this makes more sense. Okay, so if you wanted to, it'll just be a standard arrow, but with a elemental, perhaps 10 gold. But if you want it to be a +1, like a lightning arrow, then maybe it'll cost you like 60 gold because it's a +1 arrow now and stuff like that. And then if it's a +2 arrow, it'll be a rare arrow. A +3 arrow will be a very rare arrow. You know.
So
Plus
just
3 damage.
standard. Okay, so just standard, all standard. Not
Yeah.
even
But let
+1.
me get Siska's agreement on that. And
Yeah. If it's okay, let's say that this happens, and then we'll do a to be confirmed on the
Okay.
price,
Okay,
just
sure.
to move forward. If it's okay.
Yep, sounds good. So, how many arrows, and what do you want it to be?
So I was thinking of like basically 10 fire, 10 ice, and then possibly 10 poison.
Okay, so
those
that's
three.
300 gold.
30 arrows.
300
How
gold.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So 10
300.
fire, 10. What was the other
10
one?
ice, 10 poison.
10 ice, 10 poison. Okay.
So 300 gold. We'll just say that I handed that to him, and that'll be all I'm looking for. I'll add that to my inventory.
No problem.
We just
Yeah.
put 300 gold to be confirmed, and then it might be a
Okay.
little bit more, maybe, but not a lot.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, it is getting quite late now. We will be closing up. Please, like I said, we will get you in contact if there's any materials that we need that could help us and any jobs. But if you have any business, please come back tomorrow, and we can discuss if you require us to enchant that armor if you would like.
Thank you very much, Beard. And with that, Errol's gonna leave. He's got nothing else after that.
All right.
Thanks for everything.
So you are in the court of air at the moment, just opposite the hearth where your friends are. So while you make your way there, we will cut back to the hearth where you are. You see there Andre, the barman. There is quite a lot of patrons in the place. You see also our resident ogre guest that is always normally there as well. And he's there having his drink with his little
Circlet.
kind of like a circlet of intelligence, and he's reading his book, and you are sitting on a table. Once you, assuming you get your drinks and stuff like that, I'll leave it to you guys.
Oh, well. What a day. It's been a day. It's been a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, Bruce, that new name is giving me some great tattoo ideas. Moon Bear. It's a real picture, isn't it?
Glad you think so. I was actually thinking of it being made into some kind of crest as well. A bear rampant, a green one, with a silver moon as the background that encompasses most of the background. That'd be
You're
like-
already green. I just have to outline it.
Exactly.
It's
All I
perfect.
mean is that to be the crest, like a family crest sort of thing. Well, you've obviously got your own ideas, so I can't wait to see them.
I don't know.
I remember one of your
What else you would write it, Bruce? You don't need stationery.
If you don't mind my saying, I don't want to be rude here, but if you're already so keen on changing your last name, does that mean you signed the paper? You're no longer a Lockwood?
Yeah,
Um,
Errol and Ruin just arrive as you are having
Yeah,
this
it's fine.
conversation.
Oh, sorry.
No,
No,
that's
it's
fine. I
okay.
see you just arrived. I should really catch you all up. That was rather miles. I was miles away on the trip here. No, I got a far better outcome from that than I could have thought possible. I was not required to sign it. I am still of the House of Lockwood. However, as a matter of safety, as I've made no secret of my enmity of some rather formidable individuals, I've agreed to take on a new name and renounce the heirship to the house. My stepbrother, Toby, is now the heir.
I mean,
However,
go on. Sorry.
I just need to say as well that Yagu, your lake is actually rather more important than we'd realized. Obviously, we wanted to help you, but turns out my father's actually very ill. He had hoped that its healing properties might have had something to help him. He's talked to many people who haven't been able to help him. I was committed already to helping you reclaim your home, but I now have a much more personal interest in it as well. Additionally, apparently, there's my mother's orc clan might have lived nearby.
Oh, that's a lot to take in at once.
Tell me about it.
Like, did your father tell you he knew I could help him, or was it
No.
just another guess?
No, he had no idea. He mentioned a lake known for its healing properties to the east, and well, you seem to fit that bill, including the
I'd
part of us
say-
being corrupted.
Did you not mention that you had had orcs by before?
Yeah, plenty. I heard the same type of name coming up when they mentioned a clan living north of my lake in the Fiercy Woods, I believe it's named.
My mother's clan was the Elfbanes. I look to Errol and go,
What?
yes, I know how it sounds. To be honest, I've actually never met anyone from the clan apart from my mother, and she never seemed to harbor any ill will to your people.
Hey, is that going to be a problem, say, if we go find them?
Maybe. They'll at least let you know before they start anything.
Bruce, this is literally my life here. I mean, I kind of need more than a maybe to go on here. I don't want to get stabbed upon being met.
Oh, they won't stab you in the back. They probably just.
We can
Back
can
front,
fix
my point
this.
is, I don't want to walk up and say, how do you do, and then get my neck stabbed.
Well,
we can
Yes,
fix this.
Stand
we can
behind
fix
me.
this. Also, I am familiar with orcish orcs. I think I can persuade them.
Look at Maz. Orcish orcs.
I'm not good with the words, but I think it'll be all right. I even speak their language.
You're already coming off very nicely. Good job.
I mean, to be fair, with a name Elvesbane, what else am I supposed to think?
Well, to be honest, my mother did tell me that she believed that elves could read your minds and use that against you. I suspect it might be more
Elf
of
is going to do this. How's this? This doing anything?
And that's going to get you stabbed in the front.
Yes, exactly. But no, it might be more of a superstitious thing, to be honest. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You can wear a hat.
Just
You
stand
can. They'll
behind
never
me.
know.
I have magic pain.
Magic
It's like if I
paint.
named my clan and I'll say in Sylvan, Orc's Death, and so it's like if I named my clan that.
I mean, I suppose. I don't know what else to tell you. I've never met them before.
Maybe we should just use Maz's magic face paint on Errol.
It doesn't last that long though. Only an hour, so it may. Yeah.
Well, how many times can we use it?
I have about 4 lots.
Anyway, so to get to the lake, how Yagu, we're pretty far from it. I mean, we had to use a portal to get over here. I don't know if it's something that we could just leg it to.
Also,
I mean, I did buy a
don't-
warhorse, but that's besides the point.
I don't think Eldot sent me all the way over here to travel back to my lake without any answers. He sent me here for a reason. I have to find that reason before I go back.
Well, what are you looking for? What can we do to help you?
I don't know, I was a bit too hopeful when coming here that the answers would be given to me easier than it is right now. I am very confused about what I have to do as well. But I don't think, from a god's perspective, to send out a mortal to the other side of the world just for him to walk back all the way without having the answers.
This sounds like a god's sense of humor to me.
I kind of agree.
I mean, to be fair, you kind of got some answers with your encounter with Tiamat. I don't know if that's enough, but maybe just as a mission to be like, hey, this is what you should be protected from? Like a report type deal?
I mean, I'm sure one of the high readers probably knows more about cleansing rituals and folklore around such things. Perhaps even Feminor knows. Maybe cash in that favor.
That's
you're
why
right,
I wanted to
Bruce.
have him back in my favor, so that if I knew more, I could get instant access to the one thing I know.
Let's go try and check out some books right now, actually. I mean, we did just get our library cards upgraded, if you guys want to say that.
And I'll also, no, I'll go to Aki. You mentioned a dragon below before?
Yeah.
Because he did. Do you know of any way that we could go talk to her or him? I can't remember about my bow.
I did. Although, last time we went looking for her, she didn't seem to be receiving visitors.
I mean, everybody has something that they need done. What if we just offer her a job and she in turn upgrades his bow?
She's much more of a hoarder. I think she's
Dragons
trapped
are-
here because she hoards books. So the offerings or the presents we brought her before, they were books.
We should have
Yes.
kept that idiot sandwich book.
Unfortunately, I do believe I handed over 2 rather expensive books to get you both in here as well. Whoops.
Well, I guess I'm going book hunting at some point.
I got
Could
the
always-
working your way out of the Seven Heavens back.
Oh, perfect. You know, I did once ask her, what if we gave her a story? Not really the same thing, but I don't imagine she has many visitors.
What's
I
the
could-
name of the
I could
dragon?
tell her. I could tell her about my
Miriam.
time in either the heavens or the hell.
Oh,
What's going on?
Ah!
that's her.
Oh no! Oh shit!
That's how you spell her
Where's your
name.
sword? Ah!
Miriam, okay. And
fuck.
I mean, I could try spinning some interesting stories with the wingman about the hells and how I got this bow.
It's worth a try. I mean, she wasn't interested when I tried, but maybe you're more persuasive.
I would. Have you not heard about how I often get stabbed everywhere I go on sights?
I thought that
Yeah,
would.
you're right.
well-
I can't wait to go into a dungeon with you and a spectral dragon, given that that is the expected outcome.
No,
This is also still a part we're not meant to visit.
She
That's what I was
likes
going to
us.
ask you guys. I mean, you guys managed to get in there even though you guys are of the same rank. How did you guys do that?
I'm going to go with dumb luck.
Usually that's usually how we do things.
Yeah, it is.
We confused an automaton.
He's rather nice. 2, they called him.
I think
Well-
I think he had a longer name. I just couldn't remember the rest.
You know, Ruin, you have to make a run with that shield, right? We could just go do that real quick, and any books or artifacts we get along the way, we'll just bring back here.
Yeah, you are right. I actually do need to drop off the shield, but I'm heading in the direction of
Out of game, I remember looking up where it is.
What
It's
rock?
like up north.
For your knowledge, Ruin, I think it's next to Waterdeep.
That's
not too far
past.
from here.
Is that past Baldur's Gate?
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah, Waterdeep is like
east.
quite a few days from Baldur's Gate, at least 5 more days.
Okay, so it's about 10 days from here.
At least.
Not bad.
That's Waterdeep, and then
Actually,
from there,
yeah.
it's probably somewhere inwards as well.
Is that north?
Hmm.
Yes.
Actually, it will take you like just thinking properly. 1, 2, 3. So it will take you 3 times the time. So it will take you 15 days to get to Waterdeep. Actually,
Fortnite, okay.
Road trip?
Errol, did you say you had a warhorse?
Yeah, I got one. I was thinking that I was going to get a lot more use, but apparently I haven't been.
Ah, bully! And Bruce will reach into the bag of holding and plop onto the table. Where is it?
Oh God!
What?
Nice.
I've had this for a while. This I put on the table the saddle of the Cavalier. This was originally going to an old friend of myself and Aki's. He was working on an ability to summon a mount. This might serve you better, actually.
Thank you. And speaking of, actually, I've only met the horse once. I didn't really speak to it, so hopefully he or she likes the saddle. I don't want to make her or him uncomfortable.
Well, according to the person who identified this item, it's you can't be dismounted when you're on it. At least when you're conscious,
Useful, I suppose.
and it
This will
provides
be-
protection against the mount as well, or protection for the mount. Above game, that means attack rolls against the mount have disadvantage.
So I'm gonna go put this on my mount, and if you guys want, Rune, we could take that trip, and then as we gather more stuff, then we can enchant and possibly go look for your clan, if that's okay, Bruce? Or what are you guys thinking? I'm just spitballing ideas.
I mean, there's something I want to pick up in Baldur's Gate that I saw last time we were there. So if you
we'll
guys are
make
going up there,
We'll make a pit stop and then continue.
How long is it now, conceivably, until Aki's caravan turns up?
You are not being exactly been told the time, but you could guess, like maybe not too long, as you were told. More, maybe.
Probably within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. So if we take this trip, we're definitely gone when they get here.
For sure, because it is getting closer to the winter time, and they mentioned that they were heading down, and will arrive by winter. So, from the message,
They wouldn't be from where we were told they were. They wouldn't be coming the way that we are going.
possibly because they're heading down the coastline, going down, and you guys would be heading up. But it is the fact that by the time you get there, would they have got there,
Passed.
or they'll pass you? You know, one of those type of things.
Yeah.
So
Aki, you look worried about something on your mind?
It's a very long way to go, and it would be deep winter almost by the time we return, and I don't want to miss the arrival of my caravan.
You know, if you want, I mean, Ziggy, I think you have the mirror. You could just use that to tell your folks, hey, I'm going to be near here if you happen to pass by, and we'll meet them at halfway.
Could you put that off to tomorrow, if it's at all possible? I was wondering, Maz, if you'd be so kind as to allow me to use it today.
Well,
I mean, yeah, to be honest, anyone can use it. You all seem to be more talkative over distance than I am at the minute.
The reason for coming here was to talk to the first reader and to try and figure out how I brought down a volcano, killed a dragon, and nearly killed the rest of us all at the same time.
what?
Yeah.
I was going to say at the same time, what?
I was at ground zero for that one.
You
You guys killed a
Ben,
you killed what?
You know how I sometimes get a little glowy,
Mm-hmm.
and I get hot to the touch. When we fought a dragon that seemed to think it knew me, or at least called me another name. And
Racist.
whatever it was saying or potentially doing, kind of unleashed it seems all the magic I had in me at once, or something to that effect. And I knocked out everybody and brought down the volcano we were in.
And here's me thinking you were pregnant.
What?
It's worth knowing why that happened, so I might prevent it from happening again.
Could you just talk to your folks and just ask them, hey, what did you find out from the first reader? With the mirror while we're gone, if that were possible.
Who's? But I wouldn't mind seeing them.
That's fair, I understand. But look, in the meantime, you guys figure that out. I'm going to go put the saddle on my horse. I'll be right back.
As you are turned around, you bump with the face of your friend Ebda, who is actually there, kind of very close to Bruce, but Bruce hasn't realized yet. He's just approaching your group. And he's like,
Remind me.
Good to see you.
Which one's Ebdar again? Remind
He's
me.
Ebda
the
Smallstone.
father
He's
of
the
that
father
little
of Gelby,
Gelby,
the little girl that you
Oh,
just
okay, thank
met
you.
a few days ago. Oh, Oh, I finally found you.
Hey,
Oh,
it's good to see you.
Hello,
Oh,
sir.
yes, I've been looking for you
How's
guys. I have
Gelby?
a. Oh, geez, I put her to sleep already. So Valor is looking after her like always. Yeah.
Good show. I hope you're taking some time off. Not
Oh
working so hard.
yes, that's what I wanted to speak about. And you realize that he's got a book underneath his arm as well.
Oh,
Which is that?
that's a rather sizable book.
Yes. I was actually. This is what I was coming for you to talk about. I was thinking of following your suggestion, and I was talking to my friend Loris, and he recommended this really good magical spa, and I thought you told me it would be good for me to take a break, and I thought to myself, well, I don't really have any friends to go with, and I feel a bit nervous. Haven't been on ever on a day off, on a weekend off, and now that we are nearly here, I thought, oh, what about my friend Bruce and the Caravan of Chaos? So yeah, what are you guys up for? A weekend spa, mate. It's a magical spa, and he just puts the book in the middle of the table.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes!
I'll show you what the book looks like. Actually, let's make sure that I don't reveal too much. Okay.
Bruce is all about this. Pampered for a weekend? Yes, please.
So, as you see the book that he just put on the table, right in the middle, you see that beautiful book there, and it looks like a soft green leather book, around 8 inches wide and 14 inches tall. It's got golden glass clasp around it, and it smells like lilies as is put on the table. And then on the cover of the book, you see this oval mirror with a delicate gold frame, and it looks like almost like locks of hair, and it's like a beautiful book.
That's amazing. Listen, I'm gonna go put this saddle on my horse. I'll be right back. That's what.
Oh, all right. See you soon, Errol.
I'll be back. And he says to keep running off to the stables to go put it on his horse.
This is a beautiful book.
I mean,
May
I'm
we
happy.
open it?
No, of course. I mean, you can have a look at it. Please go ahead, Bruce, or whoever wants. Actually, it's just it's so cool. Just try it out. Who wants to try it out?
Well, Bruce will bring it over so everyone can see it, since he struggles to read anyway. So he opens the book so everyone can have a good look at it.
Just before you open it, actually, you realize that on the book itself, in the moment you look at this mirror, just before you're about to open it, you see that the mirror looks at you, and on the mirror itself, you see yourself. But you look different. You look like a warrior, much stronger, like your arm size and your shoulders. It looks like twice the size. You're like a bodybuilder almost. And the mirror actually says to you, hi, if rest and relaxation is a voice, there's no your voice moving, it's just someone else's voice, like a women voice, and it says, if rest and relaxation or transformation is what you need, then follow the lilies, dearest one. I'm sure Silvery will see your needs. And the mirror starts to glow.
Oh my, should it do that?
Oh yeah, he does that all the time. Look at me. And he just kind of puts his face, and as he puts his face in the mirror, he looks like a very happy man, much slimmer, like just how he should look for his age. No black circles under the eyes. Look, I look different too.
Remarkable. Look, everybody, and I'll shove it in front of Aki first.
Aki, tell us, how will Aki best version of himself would be? What do we see as you look at it?
Aki already actually is not in a vain way. Already thinks he's very good looking. What he probably sees is a change of clothes and kind of more of a visual expression of his magic around him. Like, he seems in control and confident with it.
Yeah, so you see yourself, you're crackling with magical aura all around you. Are your scales, is Aki happy with these different looking scales, or will he look like he used to?
I think he probably looks like he used to. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you see. And
Hmm.
as you guys pass it around, actually, let's do an exercise of this. I think this is fun. You look at, at it as well, Rune. What do you see when you look at the book in the mirror? On the book.
I imagine, like my best look.
Your idealized self. Yeah, what would that look like?
Sorry, Bruce, I didn't give you a chance. We'll go to
No,
you
it's
as well,
good.
in case if it's something
you-
different. I thought that's what
Are you
you
okay
would
to
see.
do Bruce and come back to me?
I'll go. Okay, I'll give it a go. Along
I'm
those
sorry.
lines, and Bruce already looks like quite a big physical specimen. Anyway, it's more around the face. You imagine like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. You know how he looked here. Like that is an annoyingly handsome man. Imagine that, but with the orcish tusks.
Peak physique.
Yeah, and Bruce is not bodybuilder physique. I can say he's more like a heavyweight boxer. So he's quite happy with how he is physically. But the facial look is a bit different. You know, that perfect jawline. There's a confidence, a kind of a swagger there that you didn't really see in him. Maybe you see Bruce would swagger around sometimes, although not recently. So there's kind of there's that kind of change. It's more how he carries himself and how the facial structure kind of looks. So, what a handsome fellow!
All right, amazing. And then, what do they see, Ziggy?
Oh yeah.
There is a little feedback from you, Joey. Just put yourself on mute, please. I see your light flashing. Sorry. Go ahead.
Curious about that. I have two ideas actually. I think maybe it could like randomly shift at intervals, but I think first off he'd see himself a little younger, maybe about 3 years younger before the real Maz died as his changeling, and then it'd probably shift into something that he doesn't see in the reflection often, which is the face he's taken. Because like the way I've been thinking about, like whenever I see a mirror reflection, I see the changeling. I think at this instance he sees the elf he's taken the face of, and seeing that shift, I just kind of grab a dagger and just say, "Get the fucking thing away from there."
And as you pass it, you push it towards Yagu. What does Yagu looks like on the mirror? What does Yagu aim to be, or in terms of physically or whatever? Any changes? Or anything?
Does this mean what he thinks he is or what he would want to be?
What he would love to be. Yeah, this mirror reveals what your biggest desire in terms of yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Then you will see Joku just in its regular form, but he's many times bigger, floating into his own waterfall back at this lake. And he also has the red kind of hair Eldad has instead of his bald head. He's just floating around in his own his own lake.
Very cool. And then lastly, you push it.
Put my hands
Rune.
out.
Oh.
I'm fine. I already know I look great.
And mysteriously, Errol just comes back as well.
Yeah, it's a super quick thing, and I'll be like, "All right, I'm back." That was a fun. Oh, what's that there?
Oh, Errol, check this out.
Oh, okay. And then so
Push it in your
to
face.
get into the mood. So what Errol would see was kind of like when he ate that cupcake. When he's a little bit more toned, he's a little bit bigger, but also a more sharper jawline. His lips would be slightly fuller than they are right now, and one other glaring detail would be a lumberjack green beard.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like slightly larger than Ross's in real life, but that is just. Errol's like, "Oh my god, I have a beard!
Wow.
Check it out!"
And as you all have seen this, you see a portal just opens, a 5-wide-foot portal comes out of the mirror right in your table, and before you actually have time, you are actually gone out of where you are. And as you are teleported away, you find yourselves somewhere else, the first thing that you notice is that the weather is really warm here. It's not like where you came from, that it was raining and everything. And you seem to be in a huge forest with a path in the middle leading towards a building that seems to be highly decorated. There is green vegetation, beautiful flowers, almost like a music that sounds in the air, like the wind itself has like a music as you are there. And you all encounter yourself in the middle of this road looking towards this building far away. Also, on your other side, as you are far away, you see this huge building, but then you also see that looking back, seems to be like a tower. And then you see there is like 3 buildings in total. Behind you, there is a huge tower that looks like a bit less looked after. And then there is some kind of dome that seems to be holding some kind of perhaps a conservatory or some kind of glassed dome. And then you see this huge building far away. Well, far away, like a few
What?
100 meters away, 100 feet away, or something.
What the hell was
Immediately, Errol's going to pull out his rift spanner and just take a look at it and see if he can like inspect anything about what just transpired with
Okay.
individual.
This is that boat's fault. I fucking hate mirrors.
Oh,
This is that boat's
sorry. It's no, it's okay. This is what it's meant to do. I just didn't realize it was gonna. It didn't
This
take
is like
me.
the fourth
You
time a
should have
book
said
has
that.
really done something I'm uncomfortable with.
Oh, but
I-
this is what we are meant to be. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was gonna suck us in like this.
While
But
everyone's squabbling, Aki's going to lean into Ruin. What's the spot?
Hey, I was hoping you could tell me.
And
Did I
as you,
hear that, or is it too quiet?
I will.
It's not an ashamed whisper. It's just genuinely don't know because that's nowhere he'd ever have been allowed in before.
Mine's mine's kind of like a.
It's far in Candlekeep. You've
Bruce
been
turns
to it,
to-
Aki.
Bruce turns you with, I assure you, you'll love it.
That was just a bathhouse. Is a spa just a bathhouse?
Like a big one.
Could be a bit more.
and as you guys are having this conversation, you hear a voice out of nowhere. No physical person, but you all hear it, and you hear, "Hello there, travelers! Welcome to the Restful Lily, where you can escape from your ordinary lives and treat your body, mind, and soul to the needed relaxation and recuperation it needs. Keep calm and make a self-care plan that is created to your needs. We have many areas that can be adjusted to your liking, such as the lounge, where you can relax your mind from the crowded world. Large cushions set around the open space, calming music and floral scent. An abundance of fruit from all realms, and bar where you can drink or choose to take the finest wines and spirits. If that's not enough, you can even get a manicure while you relax. Or you could go to the garden. If you have not been to any of the heavens, then let us show you an example of it with our garden. Beautiful trees and flowers with stone benches where you can enjoy the nature at its best. But if you wish to burn some fat or break a sweat, then we have a training area too that has most advanced gym equipment. Got to keep those muscles flexing. Well, if those things are not suited for you, come join us at the Bath and Hot Spring. Don't want to break a sweat by lifting a finger? Then don't worry, we have a hot spring that will do that for you. The heat will open all your pores and remove all the toxins, and then you can make your way to the bath area where you can sink into the clear turquoise water that heal any wounds, even a heartbreak. Finally, the kitchen. If the toned bodies of beautiful creatures does not fill your appetite, then the kitchen will. Fit to cater for any styles of cooking. Chefs on demand to make you any meal or take classes to cook your own meal. We have a well-renowned chef, Jelly Awesome, the master of cakes themselves. Please make your way to the lockers now where your items will be stored safely. Enjoy your stay and let us make you look youthful, feel vibrant, and become the best versions of yourselves.
I'm
Ding, ding.
That is what hell of
Please
it.
tell me my wrist banner is like anything going on.
As you actually use your wrist spanner, you actually realize that you are somewhere else, somewhere very familiar and very well known for your people. You are south of the forest of Silvery Moon. That is a huge elf settlement, even a hidden location that only elves normally could enter. And you are actually in this domain.
Bruce will
in a
know this place.
Fey enchanted place.
This
So
is where
you are
Bruce.
kind of
This
in
is
the
Bruce's.
Feywild.
This is Bruce's homeland. Silvery Run. Silvery Run.
Well,
No.
from what the wrist banner tells me, it doesn't seem
Silvery
too bad.
Moon. Yeah.
Silvery Moon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it shouldn't be too much panic for now. And he's just gonna put it away.
What does it say where we are?
That we're south of the Silvery Moon land. That we're somewhere where there's mostly elves.
Oh my God! I might be near home.
Okay, that would make things a lot easier.
I can't believe I've never heard of this place. This is oh my God! That is wonderful.
I'm not putting my stuff in any locker.
I'm glad you're happy with Bruce.
I mean,
I want to go
it'll
back
be
to
worth the
Candlekeep
shame.
now.
Oh, what do you mean go back? This is a place to relax, you silly little sausage.
I
Come
don't.
on, let's go.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
use
want to
portal-
relax.
my
Oh.
detect portal ability just to see if there's any portal within a mile around us.
As you do that, you don't detect any portal at all.
Well, guys, nothing. So put
Are we
that
still
away.
able to use our magic? I'm gonna try and summon my sword.
As you try to summon your sword appears.
Oh, I'll throw it back up in the air. Okay. At least our magic still works here.
Oh, good show.
I want to
Well,
go back to
said-
Candlekeep now.
Well, you know what? We might as well get started. And Errol will just make his way towards the closest building.
They
Okay.
said
Oh,
kitchen.
come on, Ruin.
They said kitchen a lot.
They
Mhm.
did.
As if you follow towards the closest building, you will follow this path that keeps taking you towards this. Sorry, 1 second. I just lost my thread. Oh yeah, damn it! So many lore here.
Come along,
Okay,
Ruin.
yeah.
You could do with a weekend of
Yeah,
relaxation.
okay.
I don't.
So you go
relax.
towards. You keeps going towards this place that seems to be some kind of temple, and once you go walk like a few minutes, like 5 minutes, something like that, and then once you see this building has these huge double doors, and once more you hear music playing, and you in the moment you enter, you see like there is some kind of desk and a man there smiling. Hello, welcome all.
Greetings,
Yes,
I
I
guess.
believe we're here for the relaxation package.
Oh, amazing. And you smell fresh lilies everywhere. The desk man stands. There is a lot of papers, fresh cut lilies, flowers everywhere. And he's got dark hair, fine clothing. And he says, welcome, friends, once more. Freshen yourselves in a luxurious bathhouse. Perhaps a massage or a haircut, shave, pedicure is all here available. I can see you are tired and cry out for comfort and pleasure, so I'm here to serve you. Nice to meet you all. I'm Scythe.
Hello, Scythe.
Hi.
Yes,
Hiya.
Scythe.
Hired. What do you mean? Picture
S-
perfect.
Saethh, Scythe. Yeah.
I don't know, Maz. I saw the way you reacted at the thought of a mirror. It was rather.
Hey.
You seemed rather stressed.
Those things.
I
They're
see
not to
you
be
are a bit
trusted.
uncomfortable.
Stressed.
Are you okay, my fairy friend?
As I said,
Hi.
bitch, I'm perfect.
Oh,
he's talking
I'm
to
not
Ruben.
talking to you. I see you are perfect and you're looking perfect too. I'm talking to the flying friend.
Sorry.
I just
Sorry.
want to go back to Candlekeep, please. I'm very much relaxed and happy.
You seem like a very unhappy person. We can help you, you know? There's nothing to be afraid of. I promise you, we are here to help. After a couple of days here, you're gonna be a different man. I promise you.
I'm very happy. Trust me, ecstatic even.
One rule of establishing trust is to try the food. I would like some blueberries, please.
Oh, we have plenty of food as well, but please let me accompany you to the changing rooms where you can make yourself comfortable, and we'll take you from there if it's okay. You have way too much clothes and weapons on.
Of course. While they're on, hopefully there'll be a bit of time during this. Bruce will try and bring Maz to one side to borrow the mirror of sending. But just when there's time, just let me know when it's a good break in the
Okay.
action for that.
Yeah, I will imagine if it's okay with you, maybe just when you get to the place where you are going to go, if that's cool.
Sure.
Otherwise, you'll be doing in the middle there.
Yeah, I know. I want to
middle
just.
of the
I'll
lobby,
let you introduce it so I know when to jump
Okay,
in.
perfect.
As
Sorry,
we're moving along as a group, Aki is kind of walking at the back, trying to. It's a very alien space. Every time you walk past the room and something's happening, kind of figure out what the hell this place is.
Oh.
Trying not to. Everything's white, and he's suddenly very aware of it.
Yeah, you see past. I mean, this is like a huge doors, and as you look past the doors, you see a lot of different guests there. People on towels, like all different races, all just walking around, like smiling and talking to each other, drinks on their hands.
So this
I'll
is
just whisper
a
to Aki.
tavern and a bathhouse. Is that about
Imagine
right?
like a drinking bathhouse tavern, so you see everyone is kind of like
Yeah.
half naked. Some of the majority of the guests with towels and stuff, and please follow us. And he
And
starts walking.
Harold in the back with Aki will just whisper, "This place is sort of weird. Try to blend in until we figure it out."
It's like, blend in!
How much of our clothes do we have to take off?
Oh my god, the privilege!
Oh.
The elf telling the dragon board, "Hey, just blend in. It's fine."
Do I have to take my clothes off? Oh, that's gonna be funny. Hector says. And the gentleman shows you towards this through a corridor beyond the lobby that runs between two rows of curtain cubicles where there is a few guests there already changing. You are taken to there is each of these places have like a little curtain, so you have your own little privacy there, and each cubicle contains a wooden stool, two white robes on hooks, and a large wooden trunk that you are given a key. And then at that point, Bruce, you feel like there is no one really watching you.
Maz, do you have a moment?
Sure, yeah.
If you would be so kind, may I use the mirror of sending, please?
Yeah, sure. Also, I just before we left on the keep, I was snappy. I don't like mirrors, and I'll just say this one, and I hold up the sending mirror. This is the only one I do like because, as you see, there's a mist. I don't have to see my memento mori.
Sure.
I'll just pass it on.
No, thank you. I completely understand. You will have things you don't like, and
It's fine.
anyway, right. I'm going to. I'll probably ask you every now and again to use it. I don't want to abuse this trust. This trust you're putting in.
It's okay.
All right,
It was cheap enough.
So Bruce is making no secret about this. So everyone who's around will see him doing this. It's just so it's 25 words. He's going to try and contact Nadalia again, and it will be a similar message. So Nadalia, wherever you are, don't trust the Tiamat followers. I will find you. Scrying spell. Or escape. Come to Candlekeep. That's about 21 words. And ask for the caravan. There's 25 words on the dot.
All right. And as you are kind of like making this message, you see yourself on the mirror as you are saying those words. You wait a few seconds. and you will expect to see a figure on the mirror, but instead, you just see mist, like a gray, dark mist, and you hear a little voice. My name is Nightshade, and I don't know you. And that's the end of the message.
Damn it. Thank you, Maz. Here.
No worries. Actually, keep it in the badge. It's no point me holding on to it if I'm just going to pass it around to everyone.
It is your property, though. I mean, you don't. I don't want to.
I'll keep it on hand then. But
Yeah,
just,
of course.
yeah,
If at any point you think it's safer in the bag, then let me know.
maybe one day. But right now, yeah, it's fine. I'll keep it on me.
Nightshade. What sort of idiotic edgelord name is that?
Ebdar has paid for your entrance. You saw him while he was there. You see that the man kind of like politely whispers on his ear, and he very discreetly takes like a pouch full of gold pieces. Well, full, that's a statement. Full for his status, shall I say. So full enough. And he
Wait.
starts to give money for all of you. And he pays 5 gold pieces per person that you realize for
okay.
all of you. And then he says, I have paid, once the man goes, he says, I have paid for the entrance to the bathhouse. That includes the enchanted baths and the robes and the private changing room and all that, and the trunk. And I've been giving a key, and then he starts giving a key to each of you for each of those trunks. The man says that it's safe to leave our things here, and I paid for the first night as well. So, but unfortunately, if it's okay, you can pay for your meals and drinks because I have Kelby as well. Will that be okay? I feel a bit embarrassed.
Oh, of course. No. Don't worry about it, Ebdar. Thank you. Actually, and Errol will hand him 5 gold from what he noticed. Here.
No, please.
No,
I
no,
did
no.
say I will invite you. Please
Consider it a
don't-
gift. Consider it a gift. Just take it.
Oh,
While they're
just-
arguing,
just
I'm gonna
wait.
also sneak 10 gold back into his back pocket.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Stealth or sleight of hand? It's the
Sleight
same.
of hand, sorry. Yeah, sleight of hand.
So,
Whichever one you prefer. Actually.
so you're saying we get?
Oh, don't do this. Ruin, take this money. You're
No,
really embarrassing me. Come on,
can't.
please.
I can't take the money.
You're like a brother
Tell you what,
to me.
we'll make it even. Ebdar, any food you want, we'll cover. Well, how about that? You pay for us to get in. We'll pay for you to eat. That then we're
Oh.
both helping each other out.
All
We'll
Yeah,
make
right.
eat as much as you want until you
Yep.
explode, please.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Thank you. I feel you guys are such a good friends. Thank you, Bruce.
no problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go dipping. So Errol's is gonna get into the private room, change another robe, leave everything in the chest, lock it, and take 2 towels with him if they're towels that are left.
Okay, amazing.
As
you
Gerald
enter-
walks past the space where Aki is sitting fully clothed on the trunk.
Aki?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Aki,
Oh, you just.
being natural, just, flair. You've got style, you've got substance, just flare it,
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, I've been in many worlds where you, as the people say, just get jiggy with it, just be relaxed. This is a relaxing place, just be your natural self.
Alright. They'll just start getting unchanged. They'll just
Whoa,
take
okay, he's just gonna just close the door. Jesus! Whoa.
Bruce wanders in wearing a very small towel and goes, "Yes, exactly. Now, what's first, the steam room or the hot pools or a massage? I don't know. What would? Oh, Aki, you probably want some food, to be honest. But I recommend you do one of these things first, then get some food."
As you are actually on the trunk getting changed and having this conversation, you see that there is a price list in each of these trunks. And in there, you see there is like a price list. It says 4 gold per person for the cost of the meals for a day. Also, there is a wide range of beverages that will be offered in the lounge. Also, haircut, shaves, or waxings cost 2 gold pieces, 1 gold piece, and 10 gold pieces, for respectively. Also, there is 20 gold pieces per hour massage, or pedicure for 2 silver pieces. But the price may change depending on the cleanness of the customer's feet. It says there, like between brackets in a very small kind of like under letters.
Bruce, it sounds like you could use the whole thing, to be honest.
That's very
I
rude.
don't even know what half of these words mean. What is a pedicure?
I believe it's when they treat your nails and your hands, that kind of thing.
It's this, and I'll show my hand and just make my nails look better. It's that, but not as fast.
Aki comes out of his changing room just carrying his towel and everything, and he's butt naked.
Aki, forget the robe, Aki.
Wear the towel. Wear the towel round your waist.
I thought it was a bathhouse.
Aki, I mean, you work your way down when we get in the water.
For Christ's sake. Okay. And it'll just fine. Just drop everything else on the floor and try and wrap one thing around.
There is an etiquette to the nudity. We'll explain as we go on.
As you're looking at him, you realize he might be even more heavily tattooed than you thought, and he just looks at you. Do I look like I know anything about etiquette?
We'll explain it. Nudity etiquette 101. We'll explain it later.
Okay.
Ruin's gonna stay in his armor and his clothes, not taking any of it.
I was also going to say same thing as Ruin, but I'm going to make the armor look and just feel like a towel and maybe a bathrobe, so it just looks like I'm not out of place. But I've gotten rid of everything but the armor.
All right. Yeah, that's
Maybe
perfect.
maybe the pan flute's there. Yeah, the pan flute. I've got the pan flute. Nothing else.
You notice as you are there, whoever actually is first, how are you positions? Whoever is first, closer to the door of this changing room, you will notice that you hear that this man is still there waiting for you. The one who works in reception.
Excuse me, I ordered blueberries. It'd be great if I can get some.
Oh yes, once you're all ready, I will take you to the lounge and you get whatever you desire.
What if I like bathing and eating, you know? This is supposed to be a place of relaxation. Let me be in my element.
But you are in the changing room. We don't normally eat on the changing room. You get changed in the changing room.
Let's follow. Let's lead on, good man.
He looks at you, Rowan. Are you having any weapons? Is actually any of you have any weapons or anything that could be classified as a weapon visible?
Nope. I mean,
the towel count. The towel.
No.
Aki's take everything except the jewelry. I mean, there are a couple of necklaces and bangles and rings, and yeah.
What about
Aki is the weapon.
I still have 2 daggers inside my coat and my shield on my back.
Okay. Is he at you? Well, there is not a lot of possible way to hide this. So the man will say, "Excuse me, you are not actually allowed weapons inside these common areas.
Okay,
Please
can
feel
I?
free to leave your weapons in your locket. You have your key. No one will touch it. I can guarantee you. This is a safe place.
Can I keep the shield?
No, I'm afraid not.
This is the worst spot.
My apologies, but we have plenty of security. You are safe. Nothing will happen. There is not gonna be need for you to have any weapons at all. Trust me, I guarantee it.
Oh, okay. I'll flutter back to the chest and just drop the shield. And I'm keeping the armor on still, though.
Okay. Yeah. He says, "Oh well, if you want to keep your armor, I understand. People are being more shy than others. That's okay with us. Please, let me take you along." And
Above game, do I have to roll like a deception for like Earl pretending to be like a bit more of a snooty, demanding guy, or no?
no, that's he doesn't really know you, so I will say that it just goes like at some point he gives you this kind of like eye look, like. But he smiles, like staff do, like I hate this fucking customer, but I've been told to smile. Yeah, that's the kind of face. And he just takes you towards this lounge where, sorry, my apologies. Once you launch, you see a large. Once you pass these trunks and leave this, you see a large cushioned chairs set around this huge, open space. There is calming music that fills the air, and once more that lily floral scent. There is a bar in that corner of the room, and there is shelves with expensive wine, spirits, baskets of fruit, and you see blueberries. It's a whole tower of blueberry baskets, and there is 2 tables there on the side of the wall, and you can see there that there is people having their pedicures and nails done. And
Oh,
you see some
yep, right there.
woman.
Yep, that's a good. Yeah, harder. Oh, that's the spot.
Yeah. And you see she's like doing the manicure and the pedicure, and at the same time she's kind of like pulling his leg in a certain way that it seems like, and then doing on the back, and you realize that there is actually 2 versions of herself identical, and one is doing the pedicure and the other one is doing a massage. It looks like the same person.
My goodness.
So I'm just gonna be like, oh, finally some blueberries. Finally getting some service around here. And Errol's just gonna be eating some blueberries while giving a subtle like help expression to the group.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Wonder if they have shell cures. What do they do for shells? I'm gonna look at Yagu.
What's wrong with my shell?
Nothing.
You look at his shell when he says what's wrong with your shell, and you see like a moss kind of like with little tiny insects moving on it.
Well,
I mean, Yagu, you think of it this way: a good shell polish can help you spin in case you ever get knocked down.
I don't see how that's ever going to help.
It's a smoother surface, so you'll just.
That does make a lot of sense. Maneuverability.
Yeah.
You can impress the other female turtles. Clean shell?
That's how that works.
I like
Actually,
it how
yeah,
it
that
looks
would
right
work.
now.
Bruce reaches over and peels off a massive chunk of moss. This. Listen, Yagu, I've been very polite up until now, but this is disgusting.
A little bit.
Took me
Oh,
years to
there's a bug crawling on your hand, Bruce. Watch out.
Oh my god. Oh dear. You hear a voice right from behind you. Some orc you are. Oh, what a crusty shell. What is that? And as you turn around, you see a beautiful, slender moon elf with a smooth black hair, sparkling sapphire eyes, and this amazing luring voice, and says, I can help you. I am nice to meet you all. I'm Alaray. And who will you be, our privileged guests?
Listen, I'm Errol Emmerfield of the Cloakwood clan, and I gotta tell you, your blueberries need a little bit more work. They weren't fertilized enough, and you're running a very high class joint here. I mean, where's the standards?
Bruce elbows Errol at this and said, please pay him no mind.
Oh my god,
Ariel,
you are fussy.
what a
She says.
pleasure to meet you.
And she's got like a fan, and she's kind of like currently, oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too. She's beautiful, like in terms of beauty, she's one of the most beautiful women you've seen in quite a while.
Can I insight check her? Because Luke, know she's just like begging for tips, but I don't think Maz may.
Yeah,
I'm
please
also
make
gonna
a-
insight check.
Yeah, please, you too can make an insight check.
Give a little bit of a subtle elbow back to Bruce.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah.
tell us
Whoa.
everything.
I'm gonna add my dark gift to that as a d6.
Okay, awesome.
go blind again.
No, that's if I fail. Oh,
Oh.
18.
What you see with this insight check, you look at her and you think she finds powerful, intimidating, handsome men irresistible. And that's what her purpose is there. She's like seems to be focused on Bruce mainly.
Okay.
I'm gonna telepathically tell Bruce, be like, enjoy your time with her. I think she's into you.
You hear Bruce respond back in his head, goes, "You just know what the fuck he's on about."
I don't know if you can communicate back to me all that.
It's
You have
just
to-
it's just
Oh,
a
okay.
flavor thing. So
Yeah.
Just-
I-
sorry. Well, I'll try not to take the picky like that. I just thought that's too
No,
big
you're good.
opportunity to overlook.
We smell the kitchen from where we are.
Yeah, you do. It's kind of weird because for at any point, like anytime you express a desire, like in the moment that that Yagu and Bruce were having the conversation on the shell, you see that there is a poster that says "shell cleaning offered," and a new price there that wasn't there before. The saying that in the moment you think, "Ooh, does it smell like food?" you smell of your favorite food in the world, whatever that is, and you can actually smell that easily coming from a direction.
By the way, I just wanted to say I've just realized none of my rolls have been showing it up. My roll 20
know.
extension is not there.
Wow, I was thinking to
Yeah,
myself, okay.
I don't know where it's gone. I'm gonna fix this.
Oh no, don't
Oh,
worry
nice.
for now. Okay. And as we are here on this lounge, the woman turns to you, Yagu, and says, would you like us to clean your shell? I can arrange one of my girls or guys, whatever you prefer. And we can have that sorted out. You shouldn't be looking like this around here. Look around you. And then you see all these different guests. You see peoples from all races. You actually notice that far in the distance, there is two creatures that very likely none of you have ever seen. They look like mantis, like a little ant kind of creatures. And
Yeah.
one of them is pink and one of them is blue. And you notice that the blue one has, one of them is red and one of them is blue. And you notice that the blue one has really long antenna and the red one has a tiny, tiny little antennas, almost invisible. And they are kind of, you hear this kind of voice like a weird, like mandibles moving.
I wonder what they eat.
I'm not sure. I want to find out. Could I
Like-
roll history, nature to see we know what they
you
are?
could
That's a roll
do.
for yourself.
Let me think 1 second. This will be. You could either do Arcana or History. Yeah, Arcana or History.
I'm equally average at
That-
both.
Would I be okay with doing that as well? I would
Yeah,
also-
yeah. Any of you who desire, please go ahead.
4. Oh my god, bugmen.
Yeah, you will think, oh wow, these creatures.
Cockroaches, stomp on them.
Okay.
Bruce likes
tell
animals.
me
He
what
wouldn't do that.
what you roll as well. My apologies. Luke. God, so bad. I just get like this
Alright.
mood that when I'm DMing, or every name in the wall, even my name.
What are you rolling?
Inside of you guys. I mean, for the history or arcana of creatures, if any of you. So
I'll do history.
cool.
Wait.
All right.
15.
Only Aki will know. Well, will have heard of these creatures that sometimes are from the jungles and deserts on some places, or they can even become from places far away, not even in Toriel anymore. And they are called Thrycreen They are a type of humanoid mantis creatures. And as you are actually staring at them, you notice that one of them changes color to blend with this flower base. So she looks like almost like a chameleon colors, all like 3 different colors on her. The one in blue. And she's laughing like with her body language, you figure out she's kind of laughing at the other one, pretty much.
Oh, that's really cool. She can change color at will. She, he, they.
Wow.
Maz, can
Yeah,
you do
would-
that?
Yes. I've been doing that in front
Why
of
do we
you
have
all.
you if we could get one of
week.
them? They're so much cooler than you.
I look at Ruin.
They don't work with
What's
cards.
Watch your tone, Flutterfuck.
Oh, come on. That was funny. I don't care what you say. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
where are you from, actually? Let's chat a little. She raises his hand. Please get some random drinks on me.
Oh.
Poor berries and poor listening skills. I said we're off them. Jesus, this place.
Up
I
massive.
would
Where do you
love
hail
some
from?
wine.
Oh, of course. Please. And then you see this man kind of like a bodybuilder kind of guy, like perfect. He looks like just like a model. And he comes with this kind of short outfit, and he comes with a tray full of the drinks that you haven't even requested yet. But it seems to be the drinks each of you want.
Okay, Bruce is now sitting back in his chair, wearing his big comfy robe with a glass of wine, just like this. Like, I need this.
Warming
Okay.
up to this place, Bruce. He
Oh,
says you drink, picks up a drink, and intentionally flexes one arm to show the Westgate tattoo to me to see if he can get Bruce
All right.
laughing.
Amazing. And as you all sit down in this restful place, surrounded by flowers and smells, and an adventure ahead, and perhaps a mystery, I think this will be a great place to end tonight's sessions.
An adventure? You mean this? You mean this isn't the swimsuit episode?
Well, it's a
The
bit of
beach
everything, I guess.
It was
Next
more
week
like a
we shoot the
towel
calendar.
episode.
Yes.
Definitely more of a towel episode.
Awkwardly
Wow.
walk in a rank tower.
Thank you so
episode.
much,
Here we
guys.
go.
That was very good. Thank you
Yeah.
for playing with us. For all of you also watching at home, thanks for being there and tuning in. You can catch up or us up next week here again, or perhaps on Sunday on our Curse of Strat. Well, it's gonna be changing name very shortly, but yeah, let's say Curse of Strat for now. And yeah, and thanks to Darren Curtis for his awesome art. Darren Curtis for his awesome music, and James Webster for his art as well, displaying the intervals. And have a great week. Love you guys. See you next week or soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.